It takes me like 2 seconds.
Okay.
He's like the 2.5 is so I can find the right shirt.
Alright, the recording has started.
Which meme do I
do not consent to being recorded.
Whoa.
Guess what? Texas, one party consent law.
So, just full...
Guess what? Texas sick burn.
That's actually the
That's actually true.
For the sake of full disclosure, I am tired, so bear with me. But
We believe.
I have, fortunately, since we didn't get very far last time, I still have tons of stuff prepped.
Boom.
So, and
Yay for not doing anything.
some more.
We did do stuff.
Yeah.
I got beat up. He hit on some random chick.
She's not random.
She's not random. She's the
pretty-
knight.
she's
And I hit
pretty-
on the maid.
She's pretty random.
I got better results.
Anti-way.
I got like a 19 on my roll.
I got the date.
Oh, shit.
I just need a connection to the circle. That's all I'm looking for.
Which shirt?
I just need Templar training. I don't care if it's for Elden Circle or Interventor Circle.
Yeah, you
As long
do.
as I have.
Yeah, you do.
Alright, somebody remind me whenever Chelsea gets back out to beg her for the
Cheers.
the mat thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so where we left off, you guys were just outside of the town. You had just finished doing some socializing and some training and all these kinds of things, and you're finally, I assume, ready to turn in your quest.
Are you finished talking to her?
Well, yeah.
I mean, you kind of interrupted me talking to her. Are you finished talking to her?
I don't know. Am I finished?
Don't look at me.
I was training a little child, so.
I was trying to
Since
show her my
interrupted
staff.
me.
You know what I mean.
Anyway,
Pull out a little wooden staff.
You don't
can
use
we
that.
pick up
You use
exactly
daggers.
where we left off, where I was asking her if she loves that random noble guy?
I think you meant short sword.
Oh, did you ask that?
Broken sword.
That's what I was asking when everybody thought I was like, "Hey, let me get in your
Oh,
pants."
okay.
That's what I was actually asking.
Ah.
I already put it in my mouth.
Yeah, because I can't remember. I can't remember the exact spot where we left off.
We left off right as like he was punching me in my bruised ribs, talking about you forgot my sister, and I was like, "The hell are you talking about?"
What you talking about, Nethra?
What are you talking about?
Well, so
everybody turned against me and was like, "How dare you?" Yes, you too.
I thought you meant my character. My character didn't know what was going on. Player, yeah. Sure the fuck did.
we all just misinterpreted. So, but that happens. So considering you asked her that, she's going to turn bright red and just looks and says, "I don't think that's any of your business."
You're right. I just wanted to know. And by your expression, you told me what I wanted to know. Thanks.
She looks pissed.
She hits. Please tell me she hits the other ribs.
Oh God, please!
No.
Yes.
She's not going to strike a nobleman.
Yay!
Even though-
Because I can
I
have her
will.
killed. I can have her killed. What?
No.
Alright, I'm just gonna go back into the cart and nurse my already bruised ribs. That's all I wanted to know. Mind my business.
I'm making sure he doesn't get it on his character sheet.
That's a good idea.
So I bring it like around here.
Children, behave.
Don't you have a date somewhere? Go away.
Thank you.
And somehow you do too.
I don't have a date. I have a date with this alcohol.
Blame it on booze. Anthony.
What? Huh?
Blame
All
it
right.
on the Anthony.
So
Okay, so
we
we
go
got-
back in the carriage.
Alright.
Alright, we're ready to turn in our quest.
I'm going.
Who's gonna talk to this guy? You talk to this guy. What? What? I'm sorry. I don't speak sign language. Something about your
What?
ear? What's wrong with your ear, Nethros? Are you deaf?
They are knife-like.
My ears perked up at sign language automatically. I couldn't help it.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, fucking asshole.
His ears are of the knived persuasion.
oh, I forgot. Forgot all about that.
Yep.
It's all this. Maybe if you grow your hair out and like poof it up over your ears.
No, we have to put it in ponytails now. Little...
Ponytails. It's okay. I believe. Alright, let's go talk to a noble.
Alright. So, Revere, you drive the cart up to the gates. The guards are, at first, take a moment to try and recognize you, and they kind of place it after a bit, especially after getting a closer look at the cart and all that, since fortunately you guys were able to repair it.
You guys?
Did we actually?
You guys.
We actually.
Also the same
Last
guys
time we
that killed
described
the
the
ogre,
cart,
right?
we were saying the ogre's head is like sitting on top of the cart. Is that still happening?
That would still be happening, yes, and there would be a look of shock.
It was like okay. It's like all right, cool.
I mean, many of them, especially people that are just guarding the gates, they may have seen, like Genlock or something like that, but an ogre, nah.
It's just like
Unless
all
they're
right,
dwarven.
the badass hood ornament. as
They
we roll
weren't,
back
though.
into
These
town.
are humans.
The only dwarf I remember is
Oh yeah,
The
it's that.
shopkeeper.
the liar. What a turd.
I mean, he's got to sell his stuff.
I know, but it was just funny. He's like, I got this, and I'm like, is he lying to me? I mean, damn.
So, the gates open after they kind of take a moment to recognize who you are, and there's like I said, a bit of shock looking upon the ogre's head mounted on top of the wagon, and so they start kind of waving you on through, and so you drive the carriage forward.
Yeah.
And very, very shortly after you get in, well, as you're coming in, there's some shouting, but not like aggressive shouting, just like notification, like oi, they're back, kind of thing.
I get ready to run.
At the word apostate.
Is
Is that an apostate ogre head?
I was like, I just hang outside of the cart,
You're sitting
holding
on
on
the
to
horse.
the cart
Pointing-
itself and reaching
pointing-
for the ogre's head and pulling
I'm
it
like,
back down.
Pulling the other one.
There's
so
a saddle on the horse that's pulling the carriage, and I'm just like ready to just...
What
Little do you know that it's not
Let it
attached.
go.
You set that up wrong. It's gonna look like there's just an ogre inside the thing with its head sticking out the top.
We caught it.
We caught it.
It's alive.
It's hungry.
It was
We're
that
apostates.
dwarf.
Dang. That's funny.
No.
The other dwarf.
Okay. No.
The other dwarf.
Yeah.
You're drunk. I'm not drunk enough for this yet.
Very soon you will be.
Very soon.
They'll make a puppet out
It's
of
been
it.
a while.
It's been a while for me too.
So as you guys you get past, there's the shouting where they're notifying everybody. Very shortly after that, you see kind of off in the distance a woman racing towards you guys, and while that's going on, one of the guards next to you is like, "You should proceed immediately back to the Arl's Hall."
Just 1 second and help the kids out so they can say hi to them.
Okay. So yeah,
That's
they,
if that's the mom.
I'm kind of sad
I'm almost
that
certain
I
it
don't
is
know
the
that
mom.
he's a mage.
Almost. That's certain.
It could
I
be
have
a
no
I'm
idea.
the, I'm the only one out of our party that doesn't know. I'm like, I would think that was really cool because I don't hate him.
someday, but
No one hates him. Do you hate him?
Well, no, I'm saying
Hate
that
her
because
age?
I'm saying
I kind of
that
wish he healed us earlier. But other than that,
I'm only saying that because I hate the other.
Yeah. Okay.
Indeed. So the children, they get out of the wagon, and the woman, as she draws closer, you recognize her as Lady Masia, who is their mother, and she races up there and just immediately just embraces them, and tears running down. She looks like she was just terrified that something bad had happened to them, and around that time, Sir Blaker and all the rest of them, they get out of the cart and start kind of crowding around and just kind of witnessing this event. What are you guys doing?
What's her status?
Whose status?
She's the wife of an arm.
Oh yeah, she's the wife of the Arm.
I'm basically taking headless ogre here and
Giving
going
you a
to
hand
the.
with the. Giving you a hand. This is a big ass.
I want to talk to her.
I'm like, this is our kill.
Away from these people.
Okay.
I was like, we're just me and him are
Okay,
just
so you
walking
guys
to
are-
the RL.
Oh, you're just going straight
We're the
away?
head of the ogre. Like, I have one of the horn in one hand, and I'm guessing you have the other horn, and we're just sitting there carrying it.
Okay, so you guys are doing that, and there are, as before, many soldiers, and there's the dwarven trader, and they're just mouths agape, while you guys are doing it. It's just like, what the fuck is that?
You want to touch it? You want to come and touch it?
I'll look at those guys and I'll be like,
So you,
I kind of like with one hand.
yeah. I went like this. No, I went like this. Like,
I make sure to point to him and
I fixed the carriage.
knight.
I'm proud of that. So.
Bridget, I think.
Bridget, yes.
And I kind of us, and then I was like, oh, yeah, and the little mage.
And her.
Do you
So-
say that out loud?
No, I just kind of I point to the circle mage.
Oh.
We did this plus the circle mage
It's like,
plus
what is
the
it,
knight.
what does it matter that they get ready? Guys, we're just here to say that we completed a job. It's like,
So yeah, some of the soldiers that are currently kind of patrolling around in the courtyard, they immediately, they stop whenever they see this, and then whenever you're kind of like gesturing, check this out.
Yeah.
They just crowd over there, and they're like, what the fuck is that?
Touch it.
Yeah. So they kind of look at each other, and then one of them kind of steps forward, and he's like,
I want to do that.
As you do that, I kind of like.
I'm done.
all right, roll
my
a
character
communication intimidation if you have it. I'm pretty sure that's a.
I'm done. This guy.
I'm curious.
3, 8, 9, 10.
Do I need to do it too since I just randomly went whenever they did
Well, I
that?
thought you were staying with the.
Oh, I didn't know they had already left.
Well, they kind of moved
Okay.
off a little bit.
Then no, I'm
But I
staying
mean,
up there.
you could see that going on. And
Yeah,
then,
no, I'm too far away.
Okay.
I'm not gonna believe that.
Okay. But a 10, I would say there are a couple that kind of laugh a little bit, but like the guy that was in front and touched it, he's just like, fuck! Don't do that. I've never seen one that big.
They give the best hugs.
Just mystified look,
And Marcel's like, the PTSD is real. Don't ever,
Marcel's got like
ever
1,000 yards
let
there.
it touch you.
A random kid comes up and hits him in the ribs. Hey, guess what?
I kicked the kid in its head.
Let's not abuse the NPCs.
I'm a mercenary. I'm not your father. Stop touching
Okay,
me.
so while this is going on, let's go to Marcia and Rivera.
Who's around us?
So basically, everybody else: Blaker, Bridget, Alenka.
No, I want to talk to her
Away.
away. Like, not hidden. I just want to walk away with her for a minute.
Okay, you can ask her.
Yeah, can I talk to you away from the crowd for a moment, please?
She kind of thinks for a moment, and just says, I don't see why not. I owe you guys so much for doing this. Sure,
GG.
just not
No
too
parental
far
supervision.
away.
I don't need to go any, just 10 steps this way. Just away from these people.
She nods.
And I'm going to go over
We
there.
have to murder her.
I'm going to tell her about Olinka's plan.
Okay.
We have to kill her. Kill her.
She wanted to, I guess, stage a kidnapping of the children to get a ransom from y'all.
Rip.
And there is a blaze in my eyes. I am furious with this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty is my biggest thing, and this is not okay.
Okay. So, what I want you to do, since you don't know her terribly well, I want you to give me I guess just communication, persuasion, and
14 with 2 on the dragon die.
well, oh, so you got doubles?
Mhm.
Nice.
I got 2, and 4. Couldn't think of my words. Sway the crowd.
The one-person crowd.
Yes, yes. But the only other one is you managed to weave a second thread of conversation to the primary interaction that is called for the test. I don't really know.
Oh, well, so you basically get to follow up, I guess, but she hadn't.
Yeah,
So I guess the way that this would resolve is you find a very direct but heartfelt way of expressing this to her, and there's a look of disbelief on her face. And how in depth would you have gone as far as would you have basically just said, you know, she was wanting to kidnap the kids and ransom them, or would you have expressed that they were going to kind of deceive them into keeping them in Denerim where it's safe? Like, basically, I just want to know exactly.
No, I would tell the entire plan. I'm not going to leave anything out. There's no reason.
Okay.
But it's the fact that was her intent
Well, yeah.
that makes my character want her to die.
Yeah. Okay. So, you know, the she's in a moment of disbelief for a bit, and she says, "Do you have any proof of this?"
She told one of my companions to but I'm not sure if he will say anything. I don't know him well enough.
This is hard to swallow. She's been with us for so long. You pervert. I would have done the same thing.
I looked up, I saw her like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Because I knew out of all people, he would be the one to look up. Oh,
she says, "Thank you for telling me. I don't know. I'm gonna need a moment to process this, but
I understand. I just wanted you to be aware. What you do after is totally up to you. But now you know. And I'm gonna ask her if there's anything else that she would like me to do, just in general. Maybe not for the oral or anybody else, but if she needs anything.
if there something like this, if we do happen to find some way to prove this, then you know we may need you to stick around for a trial."
Done.
Thank you again. What was your name?
Rivera.
Vera.
Forgot.
I won't forget this. You know, the roads are terrible, and especially seeing that beastly creature's head that you guys were just.
Nah, I didn't do that. I fixed the carriage with the kids in it because it broke down because they got attacked. But I didn't do anything with that.
They were attacked.
Mm-hmm. We found the carriage all busted.
And she looks extremely worried. She's like, "If you'd excuse me, I'd like to be with my children."
You go right ahead. I'm gonna find my whatever they are. That's exactly what I say too.
If she didn't have all this going on, she'd probably smile at that.
Yeah.
But so she returns back over there, and you know she's kind of like inspecting and bothering Joseph, and Joseph just looks kind of pissed off because he's trying to be manly. He doesn't want his mom coddling him.
Mom!
Exactly.
Mom, you're embarrassing me in front of the mercenaries.
Shut up!
Yeah,
Let me love you.
And basically, cup. Yes, we have some very top up there in the up left.
Above the microwave.
Yes. Very left corner. On the right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what's going on there. So back to you three. Josephus, were you with them with this whole debacle of?
Yeah, I was just more looking at it off of the sidelines there.
Okay.
I was just joking around like, yeah, we did that.
Okay, so you're kind of back a little bit. All right. So after you guys are just impressing these soldiers, who are just kind of in awe.
Marcel's like, I don't have time for these people, but sure, I'll let Nethris brag all he wants to.
Hey, this makes for a better reputation of our group.
So
better
then I will walk up and then I'll go, gentlemen, if you'll excuse us, we have a meeting with the Jarl, and it's best to not keep him waiting.
And we're taking this to the Jarl.
Yeah, so as you were about to say that, you notice there's a very strong looking man who seemed as if he was stepping forward to say something to you guys, but whenever you say that, he kind of falters back. So that's something that happens.
So what did he say?
It was going to be a man who... I said, gentlemen, if you'll excuse us, we have a meeting with the Jarl, and it's best to not keep him waiting. Just to get the crowd to disperse and to go back to their training.
Go back to work before you get us all killed.
Yeah, so so the soldiers they do disperse, but they kind of basically go off into a corner and then just start talking about you guys. Not in like a bad way, just like holy shit, you know.
That mercenary company is legit.
Yeah, exactly.
That thing.
Exactly. All right. Do you catch up with them?
Yeah. As soon as I'm done talking, yeah. I don't want to have to do something separate, so I'm just gonna go find them.
All right. And Lanaya is just basically following along with Rivera. She's pretty much the one that kind of bonded with her. So not necessarily whenever she went off to do her talk with Lady Marcia, but after that.
Yeah.
So that is also going on. So you enter the Jarl's Hall, and he's just seated at his big chair, and
there was no wait time.
No. It is actually closer to the evening, and you know, any experience with court, you would know that typically the nobles, they don't really want to fuck around with people once it gets to a certain point. They want to start just having some food and having some drinks.
Actually, as we're walking there, I'm going to ask pretty much the party, do we have a name for our company? If we're gonna go for that route.
Never thought about that. What do you suggest?
Mercs with a mouth. Sorry.
Mercs with what?
Mercs with a mouth. I was listening to the Deadpool remix earlier.
Shameful.
Mercs with mouths.
The Mercs with a mouth. Just one. We have one collective mouth. Sewn together.
I mean, that's all you need, really.
Alright, well then how about, going with that logic, we go Legion. We are many, we are one.
Don't die!
I think there's that one Dwarven company that's actually the Death Legion.
Yeah, Legion of the Dead.
Yeah.
We can be something like the Red Hawks.
That's cool. Partial to Griffins myself.
Wait, do you have my thing?
Griffins are dead.
Not anymore!
We can bring them back. We can be legends.
I think I have it in your
I was
message.
like, we are the Griffins of legend.
We are the Griffins reincarnated. We are the true wardens.
Oh gosh. I don't want to be the true
I'm going to say that I'm more privy to a specific animal in a second. I just need to remember which animal it was.
Witcher 3 soundtrack. Did I tell you to get off of that song I had earlier? Did I? I don't think so.
Yes.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, you didn't.
Okay.
I was there.
Looks like it.
Dawn's March.
I'm more privy to the Cobra. If it had to be an animal.
Cobras are vicious. I like them.
Silver Cobra?
That means Marcel could be Cobra Commander.
Does that make me,
We will destroy them! I shall take over Ferelden!
Does that make me, what's his name?
Yes.
If we're just gonna be throwing back retro...
Not Snake Eyes, but the other
It's
dude.
like, Thundercats, let's do this.
Oh, not the ninjas. You're the big buff dude. The guy with the iron jaw.
No, I'll be...
Because you're muscle, bro. You're not Sneak. You're muscle.
I sneak.
Why can't they be both?
I use 2 blades. It's fine.
Like golden cobras.
See, when you started saying golden, I was like, golden corral.
I thought of the golden compass.
Golden compass.
You know, that actually has some cool D&D potential.
Mm-hmm. I would like to play a D&D game, like, based off of that. With, like, all the demons and stuff.
Everyone has a familiar.
Do it. I was like, that feels like there's more than, like, gold for what will be getting paid. And then compass is like, we direct the future. I mean, Cobra's cool, too. I don't care. You just vote for it, whatever you want.
I don't care. Compass or Cobra, it doesn't matter to me.
Cool.
Evens, Cobra,
Preference?
odds, compass.
I mean, I already said I'm more privy to the Cobra.
I didn't know if we wanted to go with an animal or not.
My character would. So that
As
were
much
that's,
as I would like to give us an elven name, but we won't get that much.
what's
business.
Cobra? What's Cobra? No. Actually, no. Actually, I wouldn't be okay with that. I would. The reasons for picking the Cobra, though, is to appease something else. I don't want this mercenary company dead. Making it elvish would not help me.
Exactly.
I still like griffins, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Griffins belong to the wardens.
We are not order.
Are they gonna fight over it?
Probably.
We'll lose.
I was like,
You want to fight the wardens?
Speak for yourself.
I heard there's a warden named Duncan traveling around.
Oh, well, let's go find him. Like, no fucks. Maybe it's too soon to decide outright.
I mean, to be fair, the golden compass was totally out of game.
I
He said golden corral, and I thought golden compass. Like, that was
I
big
say
player.
it because it sounds better to be like, oh yeah, this mercenary company killed an ogre. I'm explaining this in game. It'd be easier for the soldiers and our names to spread if we had a company name versus the Ferelden noble and his the Dalish elf that traveled with the Ferelden noble.
Whoa! Don't make it seem like I want
Could it
to
just be a
be
different color?
the head of this. Just because I'm from here and am a noble does not mean I'm like, hey, this is totally a way to get renown for myself. I was just here to get drinking money. Let's be honest.
I say golden Cobra.
Golden Cobra.
Golden Cobra it is.
All right.
Like that. Let me write that down.
Type that down.
Pardon me. Okay. All right. So as you guys are coming to this settlement of a name, the children and Lady Alenka are passing by. Lady Alenka. She's just Alenka. They're passing by, heading into the Arl's Hall, and so I guess you guys were having this conversation outside of it, just in front of the door.
Mhm.
And like as I said, it is getting into the evening, so the sun is going down. It is there's no line to see the Arl. He looks as though he's been bothered all day. You know, bit of frustration until he sees his children, and then just kind of like a look of recognition. And
Oh yeah, I have kids.
Oh yeah.
I made those.
I can't be. I can't be.
Oh, those are the non-elvish ones. I mean, what?
Are those my dwarven ones?
It's around.
Rip.
Are those my Kamari?
So anyway, as you guys are entering, he sees the ogre's head and the kids and everything. He says, "So it looks like it all went well."
Yep, surprisingly.
For the most part.
Unfortunately.
"So Blaker, what is this?" And then Blaker, he says, "This, according to Sir Bridget, is a giant beast that they slew. I, of course, had to make sure that the children were secured."
I helped.
And
Actually,
No, I mean, I'm
can
not
I
like,
roll?
like her.
knowledge. What would be? I'm trying to go with along the lines of offering him the head as a gift, but not as a
Free gift?
not as a gift of like, oh, we've brought you the head of this great beast, trying to like bump up the name of the company we just made. Would that be communications?
Oh, you could do communication. Depending on how you spin it, you could say negotiation in a way, kind of like, look at this.
So bargaining?
Well, yeah.
I have that.
in a way.
Actually, I think I know how I'm gonna do it.
We could kind of twist it that way.
So I would go with.
He's like, look at your stats, fam.
Yeah.
You should be doing this.
Yes.
I'm like, it wasn't my idea though.
So I'm gonna go with. We brought okay. So
I'm like, I was just impressed.
forward.
I
So
just
when he-
wanted to show
when he
off
asks
and be like,
what-
look what we
what
killed.
this is, I'll step forward. I'll go. What's his name? Arl what?
Arl Wojciech Neruda. So just Arl Neruda is fine.
Arl Neruda. This is a gift from the Golden Cobra Company to you in good favor, and hopes that our business relations continue well into the future.
Marcel's over there yawning. It's like, yeah,
I'm like, because I look
And then-
on my face like he's giving our trophy away.
Hold up. We didn't say anything about giving him this
I
trophy.
can't give you the stink eye.
Let's be honest. We just wanted to prove how capable we are. Like, hey, you didn't think there was gonna be any dark spawns on this mission.
This says otherwise.
And this big ass ogre head.
Now
is like,
I have the opportunity to
not
make
only
us a lot more money.
Not
Because
only
we'll have the favor of a Jarl who'd be like, I have a hard-hitting mission I need done. I'll call the guys who killed an ogre.
Not only did we kill Darkspawn, but
And,
we killed
as a reminder,
Darkspawn.
The ogre's head's right there.
Okay.
Cool.
So just give me a communication roll, and you said you were gonna do what focus?
More like bargaining, because like this is
Do you have that?
this is no.
No.
Okay,
I
so
know,
it's,
but you
it's
know.
just gonna be communication then.
Okay.
Let me do it. I do it.
No, you just said,
It's
oh,
too
what's
late
wrong?
now.
I got them both.
I want to know what I
I
would
got
have.
both those skills.
Damn it!
11, 13.
13.
Wow.
Mine would have been a 22.
Well,
So sad.
13 is not bad. Let me see what his willpower is looking like today.
it's looking ugly.
Damn. That's a nat 17.
I'm gonna get drunk. Alright, where the drinks at? Alright, cool.
He says, so you call yourselves a company now. Who is your leader?
I'm looking.
I'm assuming me, since I...
So since is he addressing me or is he addressing all of us?
Well, I mean, he was talking to you, then he kind of like,
I would
who
go.
is your leader?
I'll go and I'll impromptu
Marcel.
without even. I'll be like the man who you communicated the price of the mission with. The fuck. And I'll turn towards Marcellus.
A fitting choice.
Cool drinks. Where the drinks at? Cool.
Says
I'm
that
a-
out loud.
One track mind. Alright, I did your task for you. Where are the drinks?
You say that.
Please say that. It is Marcel. What would you say?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I feel like there's a lot of like pumping up pompous attitudes going on right
That's
now.
what I'm
Marcel's just
throwing.
like, cool. All right, we're finished. And you were saying, I really just.
One drink.
Oh
Okay. So, the Arl is kind of taken aback by that for a moment, but then he just kind of.
I'll step forward. I'll be like, I apologize for his behavior, y'all. He was hit a little hard by the beast.
I was just like,
Right here.
don't. Don't.
His faculties may not be fully there at the moment.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't apologize for me. If I wanted an apology to be, I would have said it myself.
As soon as you start talking.
Well, I understand the need for rest. kind of like signals towards this other person that's in the room that is basically one of his lackeys. Actually, it's one of it's the elf that was struck way back whenever he was helping him with his armor.
I know
And
you.
there's like just little, looks like a little scar heal. It's wasn't like bad. It's healing. It's healing. But in any case, he puts down this bag, it's full of silver, and just a shit ton of silver, and he sets that down, and the Jarl says,
additionally, considering you took care of this enormous beast and my children are here safe thanks to you, I would appreciate it if you would have dinner with us, and you also may stay in the barracks for a few days if you need to.
Thank you. Question. There was something that I needed to say that I can't quite remember, but I'm sure I'll remember it later. I'll ask you later, once I remember. I'm just really tired. My ribs hurt. Ow.
Well, you must be a tired man, y'all. We'll leave you to your family.
Well, hopefully you'll come and eat with us.
Leave you for your family for now, then.
Oh, appreciate it.
he kind of has that look on his face like, oh, I guess I should spend time with them.
Oh shit, they came back alive.
Oh yes, I remember.
I do want to talk to him by himself.
I remember.
Or as by himself as I can.
Okay.
I remember what I wanted to tell you, Jarl. It might not be the best decision to defend this place. I was like,
Whoa.
there's a lot of dark
Stepping away slowly from the yard.
Stepping over, saying the ogre's head down.
On Anthony.
On him. No, like just like dropping my side, so it kind of hits him in the
Remember,
rib.
he wants you to Focus on the gift. What he just said.
Do explain what you mean.
Kind of just take a step
This, if the rumors are indeed true, this isolated fortress is not as safe as it would appear to be, if that makes any sense. But ultimately, it's your decision. I'm not trying to tell you how to run your lands. It's just what I saw by the enemy's forces. My opinion.
He looks over to Alenka. He says,
What did you see?
and she says,
We fought at least a dozen, if not more, in a very short period of time.
so they are numerous, far more than we thought. And
Traitors are also numerous.
what is?
Traitors.
Kind of just,
Shit.
Oh,
hit
fuck.
him,
Oh, damn!
So you say that out loud?
Yep.
Okay.
I kind of hit you in the ribs.
So
You have to bend down.
No, it's more like a. But now's not the time.
so what
That
you
is
say,
not our...
you say this in
Hey, that's just in any land, so whatever. I had a traitor in my family.
he
What an asshole.
Deserters.
he kind of strokes his beard for a moment. He says,
So you heard of the deserters then?
Yes. Oh, by the way, the carriage was tagged.
Yes.
Just making sure you knew that.
Yes. Yes, so we did lose many soldiers, unfortunately, and we lost even more to desertion. So I assume that's what you meant by traitors.
Yes. And flashbacks of my hometown. Home cave?
home subterranean
Yeah.
domain.
Home.
Home city.
Huh?
Orzammar is a city.
I wasn't in Orzammar.
Good. You don't want to be. Because that's where it's real cutthroat. I don't think you would have made it. But
No, I
that's
don't
just-
think you can.
I was like, yeah, I've been there once. It's not a great place.
Kind of real cutthroat.
Talking about Orzammar like it's Belfast, Ireland.
Right. It's pretty much Belfast Island.
Like, People get drunk. People die in the middle of the streets on the same night.
Guards standing right there. No fucks given.
Yes, I would like to. I was going to bring that to your attention, but we can speak of that later.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. But let's enjoy our night. I mean,
You and alcohol.
yes, me and alcohol. But yeah, let's enjoy our night. Business can wait till later. Tomorrow.
Before you leave, y'all.
Thank you.
Who's in the room?
Oh
whenever they leave?
yeah.
Well,
you
okay,
can't
so
be in on
whenever they
this
leave,
conversation
there's
because you got your
still
date
Alenka,
tonight.
the kids, Blaker, and Bridget. You know, they're basically catching up.
Okay.
I'm going to go deliver this armor that I found and see if there's a smith in this
There is a smith. Yes.
that can repair
How much
it.
silver did we get each?
How much? What? Silver? 80.
80 silver.
Yep. So it is not any more than what was originally agreed.
Because he already put the danger part at the beginning. The hazard pay at the beginning.
Yep. It's probably nothing, but you know, there could be darkspawn.
It's probably nothing. Oh, really?
Must have been my imagination.
Must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind. Yeah, that's it. Like, Skyrim quote failed.
I
Calculations.
was like, if
What
it
is-
wasn't for this guy's kids, I'd be
Is it
like,
1 equals
man,
100?
I really do hope.
I think so.
Darkspawn will
Calculations and
fuck
like
you
math
up.
and bar.
Cool.
That's
Yeah,
possible.
100 gold equals 1.
Oh.
100 silver equals 1 gold.
I mean, as far as like
So if we're
abilities
going-
go,
Yeah, if we're going mercenary company,
I'm using
gonna
that.
try and go for logistics.
oh,
Where's the pencil that you handed you?
Where is the pencil?
It's good. To
I don't
make
know
sure
what
we
happened
get
to
paid.
it.
all right. So 1 gold equals 100 silver.
I mean,
100.
use
One
I mean, you
silver
can
is
use it now. I was just in the middle of about to hand it. Or
100
use it.
silver
There you go.
equals 10,000. Yeah. So So it's 100. 100.
Okay.
100. Yep. It's
Yeah.
the exact same as Dragon Age.
Yes, it is. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
you're playing Inquisition now. How far are you?
I just got the scaffold.
Swag.
Swag.
Just got
Is that with
Cassandra
the
her
Templars
book,
or
and it was
the
adorable.
Mages?
That was fast.
Mages, duh.
You did well.
It's 30 hours in.
Yeah, I know. But like,
But let's
I
be
feel
honest,
like
if
you
you
just-
really play in the game, you spent like 40 in the
That-
hinterlands. Let's be.
true. I know I did the first time. And then
I
the
mean,
second time I was like,
I literally got bored of the hinterlands and the other areas, and I'm like, okay, what's the point of no return? What quests do I lose if I go to the point of no return? And I did all those quests, so I can still go back to those areas and finish the rest of the quests I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna have to buy
Smith,
Dragon Age
how
Inquisition at
much
some
does it cost to get this?
if you have a, oh never mind. I was gonna say if you have a PS4 you can borrow ours, but ours is digital. Oh, she has it on PS3 though. If you want to.
I just have an Xbox 360.
Oh.
I got
Did
it
you
for
put
free, so.
Inquisition?
Huh?
Inquisition?
Mhm.
You don't have it?
I bought 2 first, and then I bought Origins because I forgot that with 2 you can use your stuff from Origins, and so I'm playing through Origins as a human noble.
Okay, I'm looking for something on repairing to see what they say, but I see nothing. So I think I'm just gonna have to come up with some on-the-fly bullshit. So, in any case, there is a smith. So you take the light plate to the smith.
I want to
Okay.
see how much
On
it would cost
G2A,
when I
Dragon
fix
Age
it.
Okay, it's a gruff, balding
I don't know if you
human.
ever bought from that.
Just like sprickly
Be careful.
gray and black
So-
hair.
Because it's
And he
community
has a very
based, so
just
make sure you like
sour look on
read-
his face
you
at all
read
times.
Who owns it?
And so you head over there. The fires are kind of dying down as it looks like he's packing up for the day.
I can put the new place in the mall now. Entertain more.
He
'Cause I
sees
moved
you
over
as you're
there and
coming
they
with
give me
the armor in place. He says,
That thing's beating all to shit.
Yeah. It took some some getting through to
By the way,
this.
I'm going with this character.
"Okay, so you're going with Revere,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to buy me a bastard sword.
a bastard sword."
Yeah, I want to sell my sword and to get my bastard sword.
Okay, you could go to the dwarven trader, or you could try going directly to the smith.
Directly to the smith.
Directly to the smith. Okay, so you were both here, and so
I just wanted to ask, how much would it cost for you to repair this for me? How long it would take and the such?
You're asking a lot. It's, as I said, it's a piece of shit right now, but looks like decent craftsmanship. You must have stabbed it good.
Yeah, had to take it from the previous owner. Let's say that.
Real hard.
It took some getting through.
He killed it.
I'd say 20 silver should cover the expenses.
Okay, that's simple enough.
I'll
I'm
need
just gonna
Is it alright if I just leave it here and?
walk over
That'll,
and talk
you'll
to you
need
about
to, yes.
Okay, I'll
Our
just leave it
trader.
here and then half now, half later, or
Anytime.
full right now.
That she was brought up.
Half now is fine.
Okay.
Just need to see that you have the money.
Okay, and I give him half.
Okay. All right. He says, give me 3 days.
Is there anything you need? Just in general.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
my character's got
What about you?
30 days.
I would like a custom order.
Custom orders are... Well, I suppose...
Well, what you can do for me is take one of your bastard swords and slightly modify it for me.
What do you have in mind?
I would rather. I want
What's our saving level? I
either a different kind of hilt on it or a design on the blade.
Bastard sword is 20 silver, by the way. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
Like, that's how it usually runs.
I'm afraid that that's a little beyond my scope. I make the blades, and you know I make sure they're sharp. You know, I'm mostly just equip these soldiers with
The stuff I need.
stuff that'll kill.
You buy that to
You
be
might
just
want to
out.
try Denerim for
Yeah.
something like that.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna
Well, can I just
Right
get
at the circle.
a bastard sword off of you for now?
Ah, yes, you can do that.
Okay.
What's the price?
For what?
Bastard sword?
20
That's 20 silver.
20 silver?
Yeah, and I'll just sell you my sword that I have
For the difference.
for the difference.
Okay.
I think sword is like 10 silver, or something like that.
All right, we'll split it.
It's used though.
Yeah, we'll split it in half for
I've
that.
been using my long sword.
It's still used. It's kind of like driving it out of
He's-
the parking
he's-
lot.
Well, I mean, for his purposes, he'll. I'd say he's not really a merchant typically,
Mhm.
so he's not going to
He'd
treat it
reforge
like a pawn shop. But he'll. So let's say he'll give you like 75% for it before it's
So it's
valued.
14 silver.
Normally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For a short sword, right? Yeah, 14 silver. I'll write those down.
Okay. So we'll say he'll do like a 10 silver for it, so you can
So I'll just
give him
10
10.
silver.
Yeah.
And what's the damage on it?
The short sword is gonna be 1d6 plus 2.
No, on the bastard.
The
Bastard.
bastard.
The bastard
is
sword.
2d6 plus 1.
Yep, and it's min strength is plus 2, or is 2. I mean, not plus 2, whatever.
So it's
2d6.
2d6.
Plus 1, but you also add your
Strength.
Mark
Yeah.
this does 36 now. That's the attack roll. Never mind. I got excited. I was like, oh.
Bastard sword in one hand,
Just wanna carry
long
you
sword
around
in
the
the other,
Pokeballs.
and
Bad.
then when I'm
What?
able to
I
have
just
more
want to carry you
strength,
around in a Pokeball.
double bastard swords.
then you can be a real bastard.
That's
Okay.
a real man.
I'm a big boy. So, you two.
I looking to see if I want to buy anything. I don't know if I need
Were you
anything.
returning to buy some more Dwarven King's goods?
Yes, that's exactly what I want. Oh, I want to go get the thing, the animal she killed, cured and made into a hat.
Oh.
Or no, into a bracelet. I want it into a bracelet.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
When did they tell us dinner would be prepared?
They didn't.
They didn't.
I'm assuming they told us because
They-
They will come and tell us.
Usually.
There will be
servants.
you'll be summoned.
Kind of want to buy a healer's kit.
They're so good.
Follow up on that page.
So what do you want to say? Anyways?
So as we're walking, I guess, to the tanner, because that's where we'd be going, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be character's name.
Rivera.
Rivera?
Rivera.
Rivera. Rivera, a moment of your time, if you would.
I mean, we're walking together, so sure.
Alright, and I'll start walking towards, lesser populated areas where...
Well, this isn't a city; it's a fort. So,
It's
there's
either
basic
people or people.
necessities. There's going to be people in most places, but I mean, I'd say kind of like the lesser populated areas would be kind of like off, kind of near the towers and the corners and stuff like that, because most people aren't going to be over there, except for the people that are up in the towers.
Okay. And then the mage's name. I'm bad with names. So Rivera.
Mm-hmm.
I'd wish to speak to you about Alenka.
What?
I've noticed you've been trying to hint at the Jarl into exposing Alenka's hidden agenda. May I ask why?
Loyalty is a big thing. Very big thing. I don't care if you plan to keep them safe. Trying to deceive the person you work for with their children is not okay. And it should be okay in any... I can't think of the word, so I'm going to say place. Place! These are kids. They don't know what's going on if they're taken to another city.
Okay. Well, tell me. What if...
We kill her?
No. I looked at... When she goes, we kill her, I stop. No.
I just kind of kicked a little rock.
Allow me to pose to you a question. Let's say you... Wait, I don't... Do we know about your missing brother? Or do I know about your missing...
Nobody
Did you ever
knows.
voice it? No?
Nobody knows.
Okay.
Yeah. See, there are times like these I was hoping would occur where you guys would get to explore stuff like that.
You can always ask about my family. I don't know what I said. I'll figure it out in a second.
Well, I mean, I don't want to meta the conversation in that direction, so...
Well, would your character ask me about my family?
Well, the way I'm trying to lead the conversation is to guide you towards a moral dilemma where you may have to betray something. So, and betray the mission that you had. So tell me, let's say your family was kidnapped. But the kidnappers were the persons you are currently employed by. Would you follow your loyalties then?
I would ask them why the fuck they did this.
I
I would ask them why the actual fuck they took my family. What the reasons were.
Ah, but now you've tipped their hand, and now they know you know.
Okay.
Putting your family in greater danger.
My family's already in danger. Would be in
Seems to
danger.
me.
I mean, out of game, my parents are dead, so.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're already in danger, but by exposing that you know, you've placed them in even greater danger.
The outcome would be no different.
Not necessarily. If you keep the knowledge secret, so that they don't know that you know, you can betray those who have hired you and save your family in a more hidden way, in an upfront way.
And then go about my entire life knowing that I betrayed somebody. If I've already placed my loyalty, I will do whatever I can to not betray them and still get my family back. And if it doesn't work, I did what I could.
So then, if they slay your family while you're still employed by them, would you still work for them?
I would finish what I'm doing and leave. Finish whatever I'm doing and leave.
Okay. Then, if that is your answer, I request a favor from you. Me, Marcellus, and
Nethras.
Nethras. 1 second. Me, Marcellus, and the knife yard.
Yeah.
And I'll be like the what?
The one who calls us Shemlin.
Oh.
You slur with me, I slur with you.
Just like a shimlin. Next thing I know, Marcel Nethos is going to be missing a lot of blood for some kind of ritual.
Oh, damn. It's okay. We'll kill him.
Anyways.
We'll kill him.
We have come to, let's say, an agreement with the mage to not turn her in.
Why?
Because if we're going to start growing, we need relations. And more importantly than relations, we need personnel. Alenka shows a good start for both, with her connections to the Circle, with her connections to the Jarl, and as a competent mage within her own right. She fits all three spheres of influence that we currently need to grow our mercenaries.
And if we make some kind of deal with her, she'll betray us like she betrayed the Jarl.
Ah.
I'll make you a deal. If that happens, I get to kill her.
That's exactly what I was going to say. This is where you come in. I notice how you don't like coming up front in the fights, and you like to hide within the shadows. Much more within the skills of a scout and assassin. It'd be your duty to keep the eyes of those who would betray us in the company, and make sure that problem is taken care of.
So you'll see, like, the gears turning, and I'm just picturing killing her. But I'm listening, but I'm more excited about that part.
So I'll say, what say you? The company? You
Revere got some grudges.
Just like a woman.
Okay, do you not remember what happened to my family?
No. I understand. I'm just saying.
So much irritation.
I say you'd be the dagger that protects us from both inside and outside threats in a more covert manner.
Can't promise though when I kill her. It's just not gonna be pretty. It's gonna be many pieces of her. But yes, I agree.
Right, let's not kill her now.
I said
Kill her if she betrays us again.
I'm just saying when it happens. Anyways.
All right.
I wish there was inspiration. I would inspiration you guys so hard.
I would inspiration you guys. I like how
Give
you
me
said it.
inspiration.
I just love when role playing happens.
He may be the mercenary company. I'm gonna take care of the logistics of things.
And I'm gonna kill traitors.
I'll take care of the fun. He'll take up the face, and I'll take care of the killing things.
So
You're Colin. She's Liliana.
You're
He's the
Josephine.
Inquisitor. And me,
Does that make you Josephine?
that makes me Josephine.
That's why his name is Josephus.
My favorite character in the Inquisitor.
I don't know. I was gonna say, are you my waifu now?
Is that what this means?
I don't know.
Do we get to the tanner?
Except this is if
Oh,
Josephine
yes.
was a little more
Male-like.
no.
Meiji?
Well, yes, but more of like, we're gonna do this, and I don't care about the political backlash. It's less pussyfooting around would be the nice way to put it. We're a mercenary company. We don't have to care.
We don't have to care. We just
do.
A loyal mercenary.
Hey,
That's what we need to protect us from inside threats. Outside
But
threats,
let's
though.
be honest. We already
We're
know
mer-
that she's
We all know that,
betrayed
'cause
people
Yeah, we're
before.
mercenaries. We can't be picky.
We
Too
would
picky
be
with who we have.
way more on guard as far
I
as
don't want them to know.
trust with her.
About this conversation.
It's like, maybe.
You can just tell them that I will not kill her. I don't want them to know the logistics. I don't like one of them, and I don't know the other one very well.
Very well. But in the interests of showing you that I mean well, let's sit and talk to get to know each other a little better.
Wait, the party or just us?
Just us.
Okay. I
Just
was
to
like,
show
they're
that
not even
I'm-
here.
Just because you just voiced concern that you don't like one and you don't know the other. So, knowing that, my character would be like,
I saw you heal people. I like you.
yeah. Well, I'll be like, I'm also just, let me tell you who I am.
Let me sing the song of my people.
Come to me, the winter.
Be a mind slave.
So the tanner is a young woman named Shelley.
Okay.
And she's basically just kind of you go to her area, then there's nobody there, and so you kind of ask around and find out that she's actually in the meat hall, and so you go in there and she's just just kind of kicking back, having some food and a bit of drink.
Hello.
Hello there.
What was it? A nug? Okay, I couldn't remember what the animal was. I was going through my mind.
Yeah.
Can you tan this and make it into a bracelet?
Oh, odd request. I suppose I could do that for 10 copper.
I'm gonna give her a silver.
I don't.
That's 9.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that I have the change.
Nope, you're good. That's for you.
Okay. Well, I'll get to it as quick as I can.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take mental note of this and say I should handle the the company's money.
So I have a.
Well, no, this is my personal money.
I have a stand.
I wouldn't do it.
I have a stand outside that I tend in the mornings and the afternoons. Mostly afternoons. In the mornings, I tend to try and hunt a little bit.
Ooh, me too.
Oh. Kindred spirits. Well, anyway, my name is Shelley, and just give me till tomorrow night.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. She looks just like beaming with excitement, and then she's like, "Another drink, please."
So out of game, just so you know, like never mind. No, you'll find out.
No,
Yeah.
I'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what? No, I don't want to do that. I want to write things down.
Okay. So, you two, you've concluded your business with the smith. What do you do now?
I'm going to start drinking early.
Okay.
And try to cash in my seduction roll with Alenka.
With Alenka. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Gross.
All right. Well, you would find her in, basically where you left her. She's still in there. They're, speaking
She's
with.
still salty that I was like, hey, just by your expression, you told me what I want to know.
Oh no, that's Bridget.
I'm like, wait, hold on.
Are you talking about the mage or the knight?
The mage?
Okay. Yes.
He seduced the knight. He seduced Alenka.
Okay.
He talked to Alenka whenever
I
he asked
talked to
about,
Alenka.
are you in love?
Oh, I thought you were talking. Okay. Well, the answer was the same with both of them.
Now he knows.
So that's okay.
Yeah, I know everything.
I wouldn't go that far.
I do know everything.
Oh, we're talking about in-game.
I'm just too drunk to care.
Okay, so you're getting your drink on. If you
Wait, are we at the tavern?
if you followed her
Yes.
to get to handle the tanner, then yes. And it's not so much. It is a bit of a tavern, but it's more of a meat hall, just kind of run by the soldiers.
Okay. I would see him drinking, and I would try to approach him to get him to stop
Stop what?
the drinking.
Why?
You have a dinner with the Jarl later today,
So
so why get yourself drunk off of the cheap beer when the Jarl most definitely has the better liquor at his place?
This asshole.
you do realize that I was born of high station and have tasted both. Doesn't matter. They both get you where you want to be.
So there's a soldier that approaches him from behind, hearing this, and he's all like,
Didn't you know he killed a big one? I saw the head.
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was there.
I know.
No, I'm saying that in character.
"Oh, okay."
I'm just like, he helped.
You.
I'd be like, didn't you know? I was there.
You can tell us the tale.
Oh, but that's
Jesus.
a tale for the bards. I'm no bard, but you know who's a great storyteller? My Ferelden friend here.
Just like sprays alcohol all over
There's a soldier barkeep up there who's just like, do you mind?
Yeah, I'll clean it.
Because he was up there and he's like wiping the counter
My bad.
up by him.
I'm sorry. Let me take care of that for you.
He tosses you a rag.
Thanks, bro. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, fam.
Thanks, bro. Clean that up. I didn't mean to make a mess.
I'll tell
It
you.
happens all the time.
If you want the best story, he also has it. Well, he was the one who went face to face with the beast in front of it.
I'm in face to face with a lot of things that.
But how many people can say face to face against an ogre?
I mean, everybody can say it.
I mean, that guy right there.
I'm not here.
I know,
But I will ask Alinka for
but
a
I will.
drink.
I will.
Alinka? Okay. Oh, yeah, you're okay. So Alinka would just kind of like... And then she's like, I'm sure I can find something. She looks kind of conflicted.
How about you go have a drink with me? I need to ask you something.
Oof, false pretenses.
She looks over to the Arl. She says, Arl Neruda, could I be excused for a moment? And he just kind of gives her a wave. And she's like, oh, okay, where are we wanting to go?
Just go down to the local tavern.
She kind of like has a look about her like it's not really the kind of place that she typically would go. But she's like, well, I suppose...
I'm not that kind of girl.
Bro. Fam.
She says, I suppose I could go down there for a moment. Sure.
You want me to roll for me attempting to tell a story? Like
Absolutely. How do you want to tell it? Like, you can tell it in a very, like, because you've got kind of like a soldier and military lore kind of thing. You can kind of tell it from that perspective. You can tell it from like the whimsical,
So there we were, thousands of darkspawns.
17.
one company against the odds.
There were 4 of us. There was 4 of us total against a legion. It was like,
17.
First there was every single time you mentioned the number of darkspawn, you have to.
I think I need
There
to
was
roll.
100 darkspawn.
I think I need to roll to see how many drinks in am I.
What's your pacing right now?
I was like,
Yes.
Considering I interrupted
but I was probably like on my 4th one when he came and was like, just relax, bro. You gonna get all the drinks.
Damn. You must have been moving. Okay.
Not today.
He's trying to repress bad memories. He's like, I'm not on the job, so therefore I can drink all I want.
Give me a moment. Yes.
Which one do you not like? This one?
Him.
Oh wow.
He was just rude the first time I met him, so that was it. Think I won't stab you right now, Anthony Mac.
You won't.
Relax.
Guys, no abuse at the table.
Cindy, you're not even in this game. Oh wait, nobody understands. Damn it. Oh wait, no, that makes it better. Who's Cindy? I got
Cindy
to hold a
Lou
guinea
Lou.
pig. I got to hold a guinea pig. I had never held
did?
one, and I got really excited.
Oh, she's wonderful. She
She just kind of laid there and made noises. I was like,
She's like squeak, squeak, squeaky, squeaking,
Squeak, squeak, squeaker,
Look,
squeaker.
squeaker, deeker.
he was my favorite of the entire movie.
Krunk's amazing.
Yeah,
Krunk
absolutely.
and Pacha.
I'm still
my
looking for.
Favorites were Krunk and
Let
Kruska.
me. Actually, I'll just click on.
I did too. I love Pacha. She was just so cute and adorable, and I just wanted
I
to put
think
her on my shoulder and
everything
be like,
falls under that.
I love Pancho meme. He's like,
dun, 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 dun,
Focuses.
One man.
I was so mad when Netflix only had Prompts New Groove and not Embers New Groove, and then now it has Embers New Groove. I'm like, yeah, bitches. It's kind of like having every Land Before Time except the first one.
There you go.
So salty for the
Oh, drinking Constitution. Okay, so it's just Constitution with the drinking focus if you have it.
I have that.
I don't have the focus.
All right, so just roll Constitution.
That's a low roll.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Plus.
That's a 12.
A 12. That's not that bad, actually.
It's
Okay.
a 12.
That is not that
That's
bad.
all. That's
That's-
all. A 2
you're
and a
feeling
3.
you're feeling a good buzz.
Okay.
But from everything you've learned how to manage your alcohol really well.
Especially as a noble.
Even though you wish that you hadn't, because you want to make it go.
That's why I'm drinking so much. So it's like, damn, it takes my tolerance is so.
Yeah, but you do have a buzz.
Okay, so since I'm only buzzed and I'm not, I feel like it would be more military lore type of story.
Okay. Oh, well, I mean, okay, so since you're gonna go that route, we have just cunning military lore.
And this is what I'm bad at, guys.
Apparently not today.
Hey,
On the dice.
13, 14 plus 2, 16.
And
Very
And
good.
then I have 3 on my
You can do sway the crowd.
sway the crowd.
Oh, that is perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so you give
I
this.
want to time this so they come in right at the apex of the
More
story.
and more
Just
soldiers are like,
this-
whoa, this is the tale of the ogre. Shit.
It's like whenever he says, "I was the one who killed it," I was like,
I'm walking away. I'm just like, I'm sitting somewhere else.
And there I was, almost the clouds covering my vision, on my last legs as this ogre is bear hugging me to death, and I just plunged the bastard sword in its neck and just rich a huge gash in its neck as we both fall to the ground. And I lived.
"He took my kill."
You guys are always taking each other's kills.
That's our character's dynamic.
I was like, I'm surprised that I still got that. I have a 1 in cunning. So for it to still be 16,
that's pretty awesome. That is, it was meant to happen. Yeah. So you have these soldiers enamored. Like they think that you are the shit, and they there's like,
Yeah, shit.
where did you learn to fight like this?
Oh, my master at arms at my home.
Kind of like whenever you say that, it's kind of like
It's like it reminds me of all the bad
you've
shit
seen
that happened.
you've seen Game of Thrones, right? They kind of have like the regular chaps at Castle Black and Jon Snow kind of thing going on here, because like
Not everyone had a master of arms to train.
yeah, not everyone had Roderick kind of thing.
I was like, guys, relax. I'm gonna be here for a few days. I'll give you some pointers. You'll one day be great. No, I'm not that cocky. I'm not that drunk enough yet.
Regardless, you have definitely earned a name for yourself, and you kind of come in with Alenka as he's kind of concluding.
He's explaining his
you
kill.
walk in. You walk in, and he's just like,
I get this depressed, anger, depressed.
She looks at you. Are you okay?
He stole my kill. I wounded it the most.
Who was fighting it the longest?
She's like, I was there. Calm down.
I was like, oh, and there's my brother, Nethris. There. Drinks on me, guys. Drinks on me. Round of applause for Nethris. Killing everything else so I could defeat the ogre. And that's the crickets.
How's your ribs? no,
Hey,
out of
buddy.
game. Out of game.
Okay, cool.
Hey, buddy, thanks for the drink. I kind of just like pat you on the back and hear your ribs.
Please be gentle.
I am being gentle. Marcel.
So,
At least it's never boring.
Drinks. I told your story. I can drink now. Cool. Cool.
So, I'm
Yes.
going to sit down with Alenka and bring 2 drinks over.
okay, all right. So where were you sitting?
I'm not too far away. Enough for if they need me, they can come and talk to me.
Okay. It's not a big place, but you could kind of get like a... Even if you were in like the corner, you'd be within hearing distance and all that. So yeah, she sits down with you. Do a perception empathy if you have it. But just perception if not.
Where were you sitting? At the bar?
I'm assuming I'm sitting somewhere in the center of the room.
The table.
In the center of the room, crowded by soldiers.
Okay. I'm just gonna go sit by the door. That's what I'm gonna do.
Four. Okay.
I told the story.
You don't really notice anything.
Now I want to be alone.
You're not going to be alone.
I want to.
There are going to be too many soldiers enamored with you.
Danny.
And you literally say drinks for everyone.
First off,
There you go. Drinks.
as we're sitting there drinking,
Remember, you do have to get up in the morning, don't you?
ask
Drink
her
too much.
how's she doing over the whole experience.
Talking to
It's
you.
been
No, I
a
know,
couple
but says
days.
the one
I
who's
know
been
it was
drinking.
traumatic.
Yeah, but I don't work here. I'm not.
Oh, I
You
thought you were
almost
talking to
dying,
him.
I'm
and
not
then
defending
watching
the wall.
everyone else almost die,
Talk to the soldiers.
Okay, I don't give a fuck.
and then
I don't work here.
I'm gonna do a retroactive roll real quick.
No,
Not bad. Not bad.
it's too hot for that.
Okay. Sorry.
The immortal words of everyone's favorite gay guy. Oh my.
Oh,
So
That
she's
or everyone's second favorite gay guy.
she's kind of quiet
George
Like,
Takei.
when she tries to talk. She
George
says,
Takei is everyone's second favorite
I
gay
think-
guy.
I think your companion
Star Trek.
has it out for
I've
me.
never seen Star Trek.
He's the
maybe
Do you watch
but-
He's the Japanese guy.
you need not to worry about it because
Take your time.
I will speak to her about it.
I got nothing for you. But you know who
Considering
everyone's favorite gay
I'm
guy
not
is,
going
right?
anywhere right now, I definitely don't need to make any
Oh, yeah.
enemies with the Arl. So
Of course,
I saw him in what was it? I started
So
watching
I'm
Undercover Brother
sitting
last
here
night
talking to you,
with him in it.
so it shows
Undercover Brother.
you're at least on good terms with us.
He's in it. He's the only white guy in like
Does
the
she-
black
and if
guys,
anything would
black people.
come out of it, it shows that at least most of us are on good terms. So
My
could
boyfriend
be-
rolled over and we watched
I
half
don't
of it, and I was like,
why, but maybe she
It's
has
8:30.
bad days. You know.
I'm not. I just got off work. Been working since.
I suppose that's true.
I worked from
Yeah.
10:30
After
then
after a few
worked
drinks,
from like 11 to 1, and then nap.
I asked her.
And then
No,
woke
she's
up at, like,
taking
4,
just sips. She's
and
not
got
drinking a whole
the-
lot.
I know.
that place
Okay.
food. Makoto.
She looks like she doesn't drink often.
My next day off is
I
Sunday.
understand.
No, Thursday. But I have the funeral. For
In
Thursday.
fact, she takes her first drink and
No,
she's
no,
like,
I'm still working that morning. Yeah, my next day off is
Sorry.
Sunday.
I would ask for maybe something a little bit
'Cause I'm
sweeter,
done with
like
later.
wine, if they had
Haven't
anything,
traveled
except
later.
for like
I saw
just
on Facebook, you
standard
were super
ale.
excited when you got
You guys remember
I
drinks on
was.
this guy?
But like,
yeah,
I'll
they
pick something up here,
it's for this
and I
place.
didn't
It's
realize,
basically just
like, I did,
serving
but I didn't
the
realize how
the soldiers
many miles
mostly.
it
So
was
it's
put
just
on.
it's swill.
Because mine
It's-
was 2,000.
I'm just asking.
2019.
You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
just be like,
Yeah,
And
so
I'm like, I
just so
can't
I
afford
seem
to do it.
considerate.
Yeah. So
And it
so
wouldn't be a big
you know
deal,
whenever
except we
whenever
have
you
to have
ask
it.
the guy
And
who's
I'm like,
working the bar, he just
well, I
kind of
can't.
looks
I
at
work
you
for
like.
Zoe's, and I already drive.
But
15 minutes out. I already have
Alenka
time.
seems to have a look of appreciation.
So,
I kind of give him looks
Yeah.
like it's not for me. It's for
Yeah. So she has an appreciative look about it. And then whenever you clarify, the guy's just like,
I do the same.
yeah.
Daddy. Okay.
Well, actually, he'd be like this.
not try too discreetly, but I'm like, I got you, fam.
Do I have what?
shorts in your car.
Shorts? No.
Shorts. Damn it. Bitch.
Nope.
So
I mean, if you're not gonna talk to her, I need to cut in.
no, I am talking to after I get back. I'm going to express interest of going to the circle.
Okay. So all right. So yeah, you bring that up, and she says, "What do you want to do with the circle?"
I wish to undergo training.
Do you have magical powers?
She's so confused.
Well, for one, my character just associates Templars with the circle.
Right. No. I understand. I understand that. I understand that. But for her, it's just like
she's like the circle. Well, no. The Danish know of
You're
circles.
way too frontliney to be.
No,
that's basically her perspective.
The Danish know of circles and Templars because they literally
Templars.
hunt the clans.
Yeah, but they are a branch. They're mostly stationed in the circle.
Yeah, he's just like they're one and the same. Every time he's ever seen a Templar,
It's kind
been
of a
with
web
mages.
there. They're always at the circles,
But they're part of the
chantry.
chantry.
Yeah.
But they're always at the circles. But they're part of the chantry.
Yeah.
So on and so forth. And I will tell her.
Anders. Anders.
I can explain it for you if you want.
You're not even over there. You're drinking.
I'm sitting right there, trying to get all these soldiers to go away after I'm done telling them
Now they're cherry drinking you, bro.
Are you trying to listen to him?
to their stories. Are they
Well,
saying?
no, to him, his conversation with her.
Oh,
I would.
I would probably need to roll to. I was like, I do know
It would
he's there.
be if there was such a thing as this. It would just be kind of a high difficulty, just because of the fact that
Okay, I'll
there's
try.
there's a lot of commotion going on around you, and then as far as them, they're kind of hushed.
Oh, sure, I'll try.
All right. Perception, hearing. I'm gonna say 18. You're gonna need an 18.
It's not high enough.
Yeah.
You got a lot of chatty
I
drums.
got doubles. I got doubles and a 5 on my draft.
It don't matter when your roll is a 11.
Role playing. So if you just use 5, it's enrage.
But
you also have
I'm gonna get so angry I'll
Stun
listen.
silent.
But I'll tell her that I
Sorry.
wish to go under training to be Templar.
That was instead of her becoming dry.
And it's not for the reason that you think it is for.
What for then?
Wish to kill demons more effectively.
I would say that's a noble goal. Many Templars that I've met just abuse their power and like to put mages in their place.
See, magic is magic. It can kill you just as much as my blade would. It's not who the blade doesn't kill. It's the person wielding the blade. So
I'm glad that I'm not listening.
that is why
Well,
I
people
usually don't have a
think
problem
that
with magic
put
in
mages in
general.
my place.
It's just people who
It's
abuse
just-
it. And then
My character's just
I've
She doesn't like. Wait, is she pro circle?
killed a demon
Oh, she's
before.
pro-circle.
It's
Oh,
terrible.
Why
I
not?
took
Her character's pro circle.
a couple of my clansmates with
It's
it.
horrifying.
wait,
So
pro mage.
Yeah.
If you're pro mage, you're not pro
if
circle.
I
Oh,
could be
I'm
more
pro
efficient
mage,
at
so
killing
Okay,
it.
yeah, no. If you're pro
I could
circle,
prevent
you're pro
so-
Templar.
I kind of like.
You
What's
want
wrong?
the circles to stay as an institution.
Well, you are very brave. I've
The Templar.
I'm pro,
I've met
I'm just pro mage. I
a
don't
demon
like
before in my
what
harrowing,
is it?
and I don't want to replicate
What
that
is it called?
experience.
I just feel like
But
the
I mean, I could probably talk to some
Templars
people and
need
see if
proper vetting and
They know.
like
how to work their way in
what is it called?
with the Templars.
Circle,
In the circle.
harrowing.
If nothing else, I'm sure I could get in
Tranquil.
contact
I'm
with
not for
someone.
tranquil.
Just
I don't like tranquil.
arrange a meeting,
Unless-
perhaps.
It is 100% needed.
Thank you.
Naturally, I won't be able to
I
do
do
this if
not
I'm
like
in
all the
prison.
magic items OP.
I won't say
They make
anything.
all the magic items.
Thank you.
I don't like people being forced
The
to be
dwarves are
tranquil.
better.
Yeah, continue.
I don't like people.
Dwarves
It's
are better at it.
pretend that we're having a good
You know.
time and drink.
Yeah, unless it's like 100%.
Persuasion. Let's do
Needed?
communication persuasion.
Depending on the situation, so that's why I say needed.
I'm gonna do.
Or if it's.
She didn't do too well, so we'll see what you got.
It's the alcohol.
I need
Or if
persuasion.
Oh God!
She's not used
Or
to
if
it.
it's by will, depending on the situation.
7.
Other than that, I'm like, I don't like it.
7. Oh, she wins barely.
I
She got an 8.
He got doubles though.
yeah, I got doubles.
She got doubles.
What'd you get
with a
double for?
4 on the D.
Dang.
2 on the D.
You get Bon Mot, another thing, or sway the crowd.
I'm gonna say, given the situation, she's going to she's gonna take a good swig.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna take a good swig, And then afterwards, she's just like, ugh. It's not as bad after a few, though.
It put some chest on your chest.
Some chest
So
on your chest.
at this point, I'm gonna.
You shouldn't speak of my chest in public.
At this point,
It
I'm
looks
gonna
like she's a light drunk.
get up and walk across the room and pay up for the drinks that I bought
Okay.
and my drinks, and then I'm gonna leave.
Okay, well, there's he basically gives you like some of the money back. He's like, you did a good thing today.
I appreciate it.
Also, cool story,
Cool story, bro.
brother.
I didn't.
I was thinking the same.
I didn't think that I would have a talent for it. Maybe I'll tell more. Who knows?
All right, what are you doing?
Me. So after I set up him talking with the story and all that, I would go gather some information. By like, who makes the best bread? Where's the best food?
Okay. So are you just like talking to soldiers or like in the
Soldiers, also the barkeep and.
Okay. So hands down, there is a monopoly on the bread, and his name is Baker. At least that's what they call him. And but once you start talking about him, like they're pretty quickly, they're just kind of like, he's got a thing for Alenka.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna go get bread.
You see, then Alenka like kind of pops her head up, like she heard her name, and then she must have been the wind. But
Here's the alcohol calling my name.
Bro, he's gonna kill you.
Who?
The baker.
no,
He gonna
but
murder
no. See,
He's gonna
you
find
also
you
would
for
find out
something.
very quickly that he's married
I
and
have
has
poison
kids.
more.
Ah.
The baker, the baker, yeah, his wife is not very happy about it.
Ooh.
So he's been in hot water.
Love triangle.
What else were you asking about other than?
Best cook for like meats and.
Oh, for meats. Let's see, meats. They have actually his wife Doris handles a lot of cooking like that.
Yeah, she
barkeep's
handles
wife
the
or
meat.
baker's wife?
Baker's wife.
Okay. And then I'd ask if they're still open at the moment, or are they?
It's probably too late.
Oh,
right
he
now.
kind of shakes his head up. Sorry, they close up usually once the sun starts setting.
Okay.
You could bother them at home, but I wouldn't advise it.
Yeah,
Probably fighting.
Go interrupt a couple fighting. Yeah. Sounds like the perfect.
Please
if I
report
don't-
what happens.
And if I don't want to piss off a couple fighting, would be a good place to grab food.
Oh, well, I mean,
Why can't you just sit next to her in the
we got food here.
in the Earl's dining hall? There you go, date. Voila, light a candle. You're welcome.
We bang later.
What?
We bang later.
Hate my life.
It's like you gotta have some commitment to your game. If you like, hey, I'm in a business meeting, but I can bring my date there also.
I would go. What barkeep? Is it possible for you to prepare some food for me?
I could do that.
I need.
Sweet cakes.
What food are you currently serving today?
Just got pretty basic stuff. We got some cooked pork. We got some bread. We've got some potatoes.
Potatoes! You hear me from near the door, and I say, potatoes!
All right.
Yeah, we got potatoes. You like them?
I like potatoes!
We got potatoes.
Can I have a plate of potatoes?
Yeah, just
Potatoes.
Mash them, stick them in a stew. Anyways.
just give me a couple copper. We can do that.
Couple copper. Couple copper.
Yeah, it gives you a plate of mashed potatoes.
How
I'm eating my potatoes.
this tavern is it within the wall?
Okay, so I'm going to go.
I'm gonna go sit outside.
How much for the?
and lean against the outer wall, but on the inside, and just watch and keep.
Fair enough. Just enjoy the breeze.
I know you get to ask this quite a bit.
Nice not to have to wear
But-
that heavy. It's alright.
How much for the primal parts of the pork?
Well, we usually don't get a hold of those. Those usually go to the Arl.
Thank you.
Needless to say, we get enough to survive. Not much more.
Fair. Thank you. I'll be back with my order later. All right.
So around this time, the servant from before that was that gave you guys the money comes in and just kind of very shyly, it's like the Arl would like to see you all now. The dinner is prepared.
Oh yes. Can you tell us all who will be present?
It's pretty much just the really important people, you know. The Arl's cousin and his wife, and the Arl's cousin's knight, and the children, and you guys, hopefully.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. Why do you ask?
I don't know. You still seem okay. I just want to make sure you were fine.
Just very bashful looking the whole time.
Oh.
You know,
Like bashful.
just bashful, but also kind of like there's not just because it's like a personality quirk, but more just like fear of getting in trouble.
All right. Well.
Oh.
I need an eraser as well. So I'll be like, well, I'll see. He's busy. I'll see that you've walked out.
I just finished my.
Yeah,
I do.
you would each be approached individually or as your groups, but everyone would be approached and told basically the same thing.
Okay.
I'm assuming Linka will be joining us.
Yeah.
So I will walk with her.
Okay.
I'll say, well then, if it's all the important people in the town, I'll be present. And
I'm not
Thank you.
dressed appropriately.
And I'll hand him
Run.
10 copper.
Well, I'm not
Kind
a
of
child.
eyes widen big time. And, thank you. Takes a very like slowly, you know, just to like give you time to change your mind.
Well, and also as he takes it, I'll be like, so no problem. Good messengers are hard to come by. Have more confidence.
I know. I want to give him money, and I'm like, will my character do that? I think she
And
would.
Don't get
Well,
me.
I'd see you and I'd wave it off as I already paid.
Don't
It's proper tipping.
he says,
Well, he talked to me before he talked to
I'll
me.
remember the golden cobra.
don't get beat.
Thank you.
Don't get beaten.
Oh,
More confidence.
my character will die if this character gets beaten. We'll go kill this Arl.
Where were you the first time he got beaten?
That's how the revolution started. An elf got beaten, and a dwarf had to kill the Arl. It just kind of snowballed from there.
Oh.
And that human noble was like, I don't know what got into that dwarf, man, but I hope you kill some dwarves.
Alright. So is our fearless leader gonna join
Join what?
the banquet?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also, I have like a pendant of the elven gods of the creators I serve, just like dangling around my neck.
Okay.
Can I have changed into actual robes?
Yeah, you would have the opportunity to do that.
It's like, alright.
I need to go buy proper robes.
Okay.
I have my armor, and that's it.
So
I'm gonna grab your character by the
he's
scruff.
not so
Well,
dirty.
no, like,
and
should have traveling
I'm
clothes.
like, I need better clothes.
And he's
So, like,
like
we should all start with
shaving
traveling
his
clothes.
beard.
Yeah, actually,
So
so what happens whenever you guys go in to do everything? We'll say that you were summoned to have time to clean yourselves, and like they would have given you facilities to clean yourself and get yourself prepared.
would they provide proper clothes where, knowing that we're not of a higher status?
I mean, not like fancy clothes.
Well, yeah, but would they be?
But I just have my armor. I
clean
need something
clothes.
with
Yes.
I'll put on my traveling clothes. Like, we all should have started with it in the character creation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but mine are shitty because I lived in a cave.
Yeah, and assuming you may have been already wearing them, they may have gotten soiled with all the blood and everything. But yeah, you guys basically have the opportunity to make yourselves presentable, not disgust everyone at the table.
Okay.
You hear me talking to myself. Do I need to bring my dagger? I'll leave. Just
It's
talking to
like-
myself.
I see, like, do you plan to go dressed like that?
I don't have anything else. Oh wait, and I pulled my clothes with blood. I have these, but I don't want to drape those either.
Barkeep, where's the nearest tailor?
That's open.
Not at this hour, son. Alright, we put her in a potato sack.
I like potatoes. Proof of the end again.
Hey, the Dwarven Peddler's open.
Okay. Boom. I'm just gonna leave.
Okay.
I was like, mine shouldn't be dirty. I've just been wearing armor this whole time.
All right. So you get to the Dwarven trader. He immediately recognizes you, and he says, "Come back for more fine wares, have you?"
I need clothes that aren't like this. I'm going to eat with the Aro and people.
Oh, I mean, I've got some clean clothes. I don't have fancy clothes.
Clean clothes are better than this.
True, that is true. He kind of digs around for a while. Let's see, and he like picks out a few things and kind of holds them up close to you, trying to
See, make sure they fit.
Yeah, and he's like, "How about this one then?" And this one's, kind of like it's. I'd say, like, here's like plain clothes, and it's just a little above that.
Sure, whatever the nicest thing you have. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't like. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
No.
He's like, no, this once belonged to. An
No, don't
ancient-
even start. Don't even start with me.
1 silver.
Just one silver. Is this okay?
I'll be like, well,
It's better
is
than
this
nothing.
truly your best wear or clothes?
Really, it's better than my clothes.
Oh.
I'd say, because if you're, let's say, holding out for maybe a better buyer for your more special wear, specifically clothing in this case. Remember, we're going to
be
go
showing off his family
with the
ring.
Jarl.
Yeah.
If someone's impressed, they'd ask where they bought the wares, and we honestly would have to tell them we bought them from you.
Probably be wearing something a little bit more traditional.
All right, let's do either persuasion or bargaining
Or probably wearing
that'd
something a
be-
little bit more
or
traditional.
negotiating.
Any goes cunning?
It's
Leads?
communication.
Communication?
It's under they're both under communication.
I don't have either, so I'm just
Just
going
no,
to
just the bush.
9, 12, 14.
14, not bad. You see, there's like figurative, like little cash monies on his eyes as you're saying this, and he's like, "Well, I suppose I may have a little something." He goes back and digs a little deeper, and he pulls out this very finely, I'll say, I was gonna say finely woven, but it's very finely knitted cloth, and he says, 10 silver.
What kind of? Wait, is this like a shirt and stuff, or is it a dress, or like?
It's a dress.
Oh shit!
It's dwarven.
I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to do this. Okay,
Ha.
I'm handing him 12 silver.
12?
12. He said
said
10.
10.
I know, but it made me sad when he was like, "It's nicer than my clothes."
He's a merchant. Though,
Right.
Oh,
He's a
there's a
merchant.
trick in the book. Make him think you need it.
Don't be an asshole.
So you do that, and he's like, "Oh, thank you. May even get to feed my children tonight."
I'm done with you. Listen, I'm nice once.
It was only a joke. Thank you.
I like him.
And I'll remember my end. I'll make sure to mention your name if the clothing is asked about.
Oh, thank you. I'm Tucker.
Very well, Tucker.
Tucker. I like that name. Tucker. Yeah, that was it.
I like it too.
I hope so. You're pretty attached to it. I'm just gonna leave with this. How the fuck am I supposed to do this?
Put it on.
All right.
I guess I go change into this weird monstrosity.
Do you have like your bow on your back still? When you
No, I have my dagger hidden under the dress though.
Oh, nice.
It's like tied to my leg.
Shut up!
I'll
Exactly
go dress
where I
into
had
my
it.
better robes.
Okay. Fancy. And then you guys are dressed up in what you got.
Yeah.
No,
Travis clothes.
I would dress up as something a little bit more traditional.
Yeah, I just made sure to clean up.
Pendant in or out?
Out.
Out. Okay.
Why you always trying to start shit?
Wait, what?
He gonna get us all killed at dinner. Anyway, but yeah, Marcel's clean shaven
Elvin,
I would
the
start with number
creators.
one and see nobody else has their weapons, and I'm like,
and has his robes.
I do have Palestinian on my face, so it is kind of obvious.
He's cut his hair so it's shorter on his sides.
It's
Okay.
not like I'm hiding it at the moment.
So you guys enter the Arl's Hall, and conspicuously missing is Lanaya. You guys haven't seen her in a while.
Who's Lanaya?
That's
Chelsea.
Chelsea's character.
Okay.
So basically, whenever you guys enter, as soon as you open the doors, like just the smell of like delicious meats enters your nostrils. Stuff that you guys usually aren't privy to. I mean, you taste here and there.
Yeah, I mean,
But you've been on the road a little bit,
it's
so
probably been a while.
I eat whatever I can.
Been a little while.
same with you. I mean, you've had yours.
But a lot less recent.
You've had yours, given to you, by mouth, by hand, by a mind slave, basically. But it has been a while.
Also, I've been listening to I've been like preparation for this session. I've been like re-listening to like what Doran says about the Deventer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like ready.
Ready. So ready.
So
Like in the handbook, it
That's
actually
just
has a
what
section
I hate.
to
I hate
Deventer.
most people.
You're right, but I especially hate Doran.
So as you guys are walking in, you notice that the Arl is the only one eating. The others kind of look up at you as you're coming in. They have their plates set and they're clearly ready to eat. But it looks like they were expecting you and they were being, courteous and waiting for their guests. Whereas the Arl is just, and he's got food in his mouth and he's like, oh, come in.
Okay. Thank you.
They're all being the Jarl.
Yep. And
This is who he reminds me of. That's
exactly.
Really? Yes, I knew it.
Wait.
Fucking hate this man.
Grey Worm.
Yes. You have no power here.
So,
Can I just go kick him in the face?
No.
Okay.
No, we need his connections.
So
Marcel
character,
doesn't
player,
sit
not
down
character.
until the ladies at the table sit down.
Blaker notices this, and he's like, oh, you're a gentleman, I see. I try to be one myself, but can't pull it off most of the time.
Yeah,
Oh, your name is
my mother made sure that I learned one way or another.
Mine couldn't catch me.
I just got used to taking beatings.
So, the Arl says, after he finally washes down some of his food, he's like,
Please, go ahead and start eating. Just wanted to take this opportunity. You guys are clearly much more than I thought you would be, being able to slay such a mighty creature. Sir Blaker and Sir Bridget especially have told me what you guys are capable of, and gosh, it's good to have you around. So I would really think this would be a great opportunity to learn more about you and learn perhaps what you guys are going to accomplish in these parts if you plan on staying for a while. there's not really much out here other than some wildlings down south and the occasional darkspawn, admittedly.
Well, we've actually just come together ourselves, so you learning about us might in turn have us learn about each other and give us a more enlightened decision base, if that makes sense. We haven't really decided if we are going to roam for work or be stationary for a while.
Well, perhaps we should start with where you came from. Tell us about yourself, most esteemed guest.
Oh. If you're referring to me, I'm of no one of consequence. My family is a military family, and I am traveling to forget.
An odd thing to say, Blaker says. He says, what are you trying to forget?
Misery.
Hmm.
Someone I care for deeply is no longer with us, and I'm trying to come to terms.
Sorry to hear that. I wish you the best of luck. And the Arl's just kind of quiet and contemplative, and then just kind of, once it seems as if you're kind of done talking for the moment, he kind of like looks around eagerly to see who's going to talk next.
I'll look around to see if wherever he looks at, and then just patiently wait my turn.
Does anyone volunteer?
I don't want to go next. Start writing things down.
Huh?
Oh, I'm talking to myself.
Oh.
Like out of game. This is all out of game. I'm talking to myself.
OG?
Yeah.
Triple OG.
So awkward silence comes in, and the Arl,
just drink up.
All right.
the Arl, he's kind of like chewing, and then he just looks like he kind of remembers something. He's like,
You're the one who patches people up, right?
Yes. Studied medicine 4 years in the university at Orlais.
Wow. Orlais.
Yes, not the most popular of countries, obviously, here in this mighty Ferelden.
clearly you have a way with you.
Out of game.
Yeah.
Suck up.
Yeah, Blaker just kind of like,
Marcel's like, it was like,
Could be worse.
I realized I said Ferelden. I saw everyone, Orlais, and I saw everyone get angry, and I'm like, but it's not as good as Ferelden. I've traveled.
I love America.
Why?
But the Soviet,
like,
I studied at the Soviet Union.
they,
But I love America.
I'm here to make it
I
great.
love freedom.
it was like, they didn't.
What sickle
Beat us
and
too
hammer?
I was like, there's no reason to be upset. We won ultimately.
That is true.
I'll drink to that.
What's your empty cup?
But,
No, I know.
Getting drunk.
Dead drunk tonight.
So you would be the doctor of the company.
the doctor and, yes, sir.
I prefer just the doctor. It doesn't matter who.
Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him go.
Sick, bro.
I'm
He was
sad.
trying to be funny. It's
I'm
fine.
sadly so far behind on that.
I've
But
only
anyways.
got to. Never mind.
I just studied Capaldi.
I've not watched any
I'm-
Capaldi.
I
I
haven't
got to
seen
the
it.
end of Matt Smith.
I've not seen any Capaldi.
Oh, I mean, you're exactly where I'm at. So you're about to start Capaldi.
Yep. Anyways, so Blaker would kind of nudge because he's sitting relatively close, but like signals kind of like a nudge towards Nethras, and he says, "And the elf here is mighty warrior. Saw him kill many darkspawn."
Oh, I wonder why. just drink in.
I'm Nethras. I have been traveling for all my life. As you can tell, I'm of the people, and we don't have our own land, so we travel.
Of the people, for the people, by the people.
And whenever
Period.
Marcel asked for a traveling companion, I volunteered.
And then he goes, "Oh, companion."
No, he does not.
And in that instance, it was just like, what sharp objects are on it? Oh, this dining knife. I huck it at his throat. Can I kill him but without getting up?
He's a mage, so they usually have low health pools.
I was like, oh, surprise attack. I kill him.
Damn, y'all knocked me off track.
I was like, does he say that? Does he say that? 'Cause I'll kill him.
But what I do in the party is Marcel usually takes the big guy while I clean up all the others, and then I go kill the big guy for him.
Yeah, Bridget looks over. She says, "He is good at taking a beating."
I was like, you say that like I had a choice. Like, hey, you wanna switch? You want me to take out all the little ones and then I'll come swing back around?
If you're more effective at killing, I will allow you to. But
What?
you're only
What?
good for taking a beating.
I'm just watching this
But
and eating because
now's
this is
not
funny.
the time to get you into prison for your role.
I'll say as a joke to the Jarl. I'll be like, I can contest to the fact that they can take a beating. Though I'd wish they'd visit the Master of Arms so they can learn how to dodge. Make my job a lot simpler.
Oh yeah.
Blaker laughs and he kind of gives you a takes a
But if we don't
I'd just
take a
like to
beating,
say,
you won't do anything.
how dex are you? How dex are you? My dex is 5. Maybe you should see the Master of Arms. just throwing that.
What does the dwarf do for your group?
I feel
Talk
things.
smack.
I mean, yes, because I don't. Anyways, I watch things from afar and see what happens. And,
Kill everything.
yeah, kill things from afar, and I'm sneaky.
She's her eyes and ears.
You left Orzammar.
Not Orzammar. Small town called Gurgum, Girgam. I don't know if you needed it or whatever.
Gurgum. Sounds like an orc village.
No, it's Dwarven. Fuck you.
Have you been a surface dweller long?
No. I didn't know they existed. He existed.
They. Damn. Damn. What do you mean they?
Wait, do you look up like that?
Didn't know I existed.
Didn't
I feel pretty real.
I'm like, I don't. I just knew.
I didn't know humans had pointy ears. That's what you should say.
I thought.
Did you just confuse me with Shimla?
I just dealt with Lyrian and enchanty things,
That's funny.
and then came to the surface.
Man, I just thought of something. An
Different.
archer that makes enchanted items.
I like this guy, though.
All right, guys, I'm making an
He's
arrow that detonates.
Blaker he looks over at the Jarl and says, "She was pivotal in
Filled with
repairing the wagon."
I tried. I succeeded, I guess, but I tried. I had to make sure the kids were okay.
This is what we need, Kunari.
Yeah, Hannah is at the table and she's like, "She taught me how to hunt." And then the Jarl just interesting.
She's like,
I held
And
the
the mother's
crossbow and she just
appalled.
pulled the trigger. That was
And
it.
the mother is appalled. My daughter hunting.
Sick buddy.
Hey, they didn't know they were going to get attacked.
The the Jarl says, times like these that might come in handy, but let's hope not.
I like having skills that I won't need rather than not have skills that I do need.
And Joseph is like, those two, they helped me fight a little better. And then he just kind of like beams with pride a little bit. He's like, did you?
Yes.
He held his own whenever we arrived.
He's a
You
fast,
fought the Darkspawn.
I did my best.
he's a fast learner.
He should be
Again, beaming with pride.
He should be
Speaking
very proud.
about
He held his own.
speaking of training, I'm sure we'll be here for a couple days at the least. Do you mind? I was having drinks with some of your guards. Do you mind if we train with them also?
You can definitely meet with the captain and see what you can show them.
Okay.
That I would be appreciative. As long as you do that, you're more than welcome to continue staying here. We've got food and some ale.
Okay.
And, who knows? That trading might save lives.
I would absolutely be grateful for the opportunity.
And Alenka kind of looks over and she says, a reminder, the Dalish gentleman was here earlier. He still is waiting for you. And then the Arl is just like,
Don't have time today. Tomorrow. Maybe.
I was like,
How long has he
is
been
there
here?
is there something we can help you with revolving your guests? I don't mean.
Oh, I don't know the situation.
and then Alenka, she looks over. She says, I've been brought up to speed a little bit for the short time I had. Apparently, some of the deserters have been causing a local Dalish camp problems, and they came for some help.
Well, then let's go.
Well, sir, we'll be more than happy to offer the services of the Golden Cobra to help you with this, so you can keep your city more protected.
But I wouldn't really have any coin to offer for something like this. As far as I'm concerned, they can continue doing as they're doing, so long as they aren't directly attacking the Dales. We do want to have a good relationship. A distant one, but a good one. But from what how bad is it? And then Alenka is just like, as far as I know, no fighting, just empty threats. And he says, well, they are deserters. Should you kill them, you're more than welcome to keep their equipment. It might be worth something.
May I be excused to speak to this gentleman?
Absolutely.
Okay, and he gets up and
You mind
Miss
if I be
Alenka.
excused as well?
Sure.
Miss Alenka, would you direct us to this gentleman?
I'm going.
She's just like, she hasn't really gotten into her food that much yet. She's just like,
You could at least let her eat.
I
Well,
can.
Let's
That's a lot coming from me.
Okay.
Have him
I'll-
summoned. Tell us
Can I-
where to meet him.
Can I
You
perception?
know,
Can I perception to see her hesitance?
Oh yeah,
like
do
she
empathy.
wants to eat.
Empathy, yeah.
That'd be what?
It's perception, but empathy is the
Okay.
focus if you have it. If you don't, it's just perception.
dang.
Man, our empathy rolls are not good tonight. Yeah, yeah. You have no idea
Just-
what the hell's
just-
wrong with her.
Okay. Well, I will say instead then, gentlemen, 'tis late at night. I'm sure our Dalish friend has been waiting quite a while.
Why is that?
The Jarl is probably a very busy man.
Indeed.
So, let's come into this tomorrow with fresh heads. Fresh heads and well-rested bodies. But for now, we should probably enjoy this meal that the Jarl has so kindly prepared for us.
Well, I'm quite finished. But if Dalish are asking for help,
I will mention. The drink is a lot better than what's out there.
it's like before you get up from the table, you're like, I know I was leaving.
I go to reach for my drink and he's like,
I finished my food and I kind of guard my drink. If he gets close, I'm aiming for the ribs.
It's just like all the nearest wine glasses, just like as I'm walking out of the door, just.
that's not very nobleman-like.
Well, I've been away from home a long time. Sue me. Anyway, I'm gonna go talk to this man. You guys do what you want. Sorry to interrupt your dinner, sir.
I'm gonna go.
So, do you mind if I speak to the man?
I guess I will stay as a representative of the Golden Cobra.
Because he may.
Hey, you should not
more
have me
freely
stay there,
with
okay?
One of his own people.
You know this character and player.
True, she's gonna be like looking at the Arl, fork and knife in hand.
And as you're
And then
about to leave,
Alenka,
I'll lean down to you like,
Alenka.
make sure they don't help for free. We don't want to be a charitable group. We're a mercenary company. We work. We put our lives on the line for coin.
Just be glad I'm not staying here instead of you.
If you want people
Somebody would be dead. Whether it's me or them, somebody would die.
To be on your side for free is the Danish elves, but that's just me. You whatever.
Dalish usually don't offer that much coin, but they do offer their word of help, and their word is
exactly. And I know this, so okay.
Alright, I'm gonna go talk to the.
Okay.
I'm gonna be usually the first one to talk to the Dalish dude.
The ambassador.
I'm doing this before I leave.
I told you I want to be the first one to talk to him.
I have better communication than you. I may not speak Dalish, but I'm better with people.
He'll probably be a little bit more lenient with me.
Why don't we just all go? Wait, did she tell us where he was?
It's not hard to find.
I'm gonna go find him. I'm just gonna, like, they're talking, I'm just gonna go find him.
Murder, death, kill.
Yeah. So basically, whenever you step outside,
He's right there.
yeah, he's kind of like sitting, like leaning against a cart. Looks like he's kind of getting tired.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you the one they call the Dalish man?
There are many, but I am one. Yes.
We are legion.
We heard about the deserters. What are they doing?
Well, they have been threatening to harm us and say that they will only not do so if we provide food. Which,
But they are not your people.
No, of course not. Our people would not behave in such a manner.
What would you like done?
We just want them to leave us alone. Nothing violent, preferably. There have been Darkspawn about, and to be perfectly honest, I'd rather the Darkspawn find them before they find us.
I mean, I can just scare them. Boo.
That's
exactly how I say it too, and then I just start laughing at myself.
I would prefer to kill the deserters. But
I'll
that's
approach
just
the
me.
man, and Anethra,
And
it's basically a formal greeting between two.
He would like
Dalish.
bow and return the greeting. I don't know them off the top of my head.
Yeah, I have.
Yes.
So they're threatening them if they won't do anything if they give them food. But these are not their people, and something should be done. And I just like awkwardly smile.
What is it exactly that you want us to do other than just stop there?
Perhaps if they knew that there was someone who would protect us, or at least take vengeance if necessary, then maybe they will leave us alone. We don't want them dead because, as I said, the Darkspawn about, hopefully they may come in handy, you know. They may find them instead, and they may help get rid of the Darkspawn.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen that many of them, but it is a concern. And plus, we do not want any more ire from any humans.
Question: how long have you been stationed here?
I've only been here for just a day.
No, I'm not talking about the fort. I mean, how long has your
Our camp?
camp?
Oh.
I want to get a boat with a Cobra on the end.
Because it's my understanding that it's
like a
Iron
coat
Chargers have.
you don't normally stay.
We've been here just a few months.
And
Also out of game.
I don't know what to say. Normally,
As long as they leave the Daily Show, that's all I care about.
we work for coin. We are not soldiers of this man.
Our
Normally.
noble is smart. It doesn't
Yes,
offer
no.
help for free.
Normally, but
You
I
said
would-
something?
I would like to hear your offer in the very least, because I know that the people do not normally trade in coin.
Well, we are short in most of our goods. We've been using what we need to, and we've also been feeding them, unfortunately.
You've been feeding these people already?
For about a week now. But the threats seem to be more and more severe. They want more and more, and I mean, we just can't sustain ourselves and these men.
What do y'all eat?
You should have showed them how to hunt and how to gather instead of just feeding them. How will the Shinlin learn how to better themselves if we just provide for them? Instead of providing, we should be teaching them.
You know that most Shimlin are short-sighted and believe things are deserved
What do y'all eat?
rather than earned.
So he would go into the kinds of things they eat.
Well, I don't remember right now. What do they eat in general?
Just anything humans eat.
Okay.
Something.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be mostly.
They're a hunter-gathering
Yeah.
society.
We don't eat. The only thing we don't really eat is halal because those are
Holy
Yeah.
holy
Holy Hala.
halal.
Do you? Sorry to interrupt. Do you have what is the word? Authorization to bargain on the behalf of the people, or is that something we need to discuss
that would be
with
our
the keeper?
That would be something we have to discuss with the keeper himself.
But I could certainly take you to the keeper.
How far are you counted away? Is it a long trip?
It's about half a day's walk.
Do you want to leave in the morning?
Absolutely. The sooner the better. The reception that I've received so far, I'm not sure the Jarl is going to do anything. His men, from the sound of it, are already stretched a little thin.
I understand this. My family has an understanding with the people near our land, so why not broach the same with your people?
We will certainly show any appreciation that we can afford. That I know. I can't make any promises until we speak with the keeper.
Yes. I'm sure my companions and I are more than willing to speak to the keeper about solving this issue. Me, I am more, what is the word? Direct
Drunk.
and
That was out of game.
and believe that these men deserve to die, not only for deserting, but to take advantage of a weaker people. But however you want it done, I'll try to see it as so.
Well then, I will see you in the morning.
Okay. Simple enough.
I mean, I wasn't there. So
I know. I'm just
Yeah.
looking at these two.
Do we have to wait till morning?
Yes.
Okay, so what are you trying to accomplish with them?
Okay, so while that's going on,
Mhm.
I will turn to the Jarl and I'll say, Aldnefras, while my compatriots are speaking with your guests, allow me to... Let's speak about how we can help you. As you know, our company is made has a variety different set of skills, and if I know my compatriots, and unfortunately I do, they've already accepted the Dalish's request for help. So, I would like to make a suggestion, if you would, of how we can help you and how you can help us within this task.
Aaron's face is strange. He's like,
we will handle the deserters in the way the Dalish want us. But, as a sign of unity between your people and the Dalish, why not send a representative or two of your company to show that you support the people and in the actions that we take to strengthen your own relationships with the elves?
Give me a roll. It's going to be a communication. If you got any focuses, just let me know.
Not any communication.
Okay.
Gonna be that botch.
My communication isn't that bad.
I know.
It's at 10 though. So.
and you
A
got
10?
doubles.
Mm-hmm. And I got doubles.
2 on the dragon dice.
Yep, 2 on the dragon dice.
It's like sway the crowd.
Not sway.
Sway the crowd.
You have and another thing. You managed to weave a second thread of conversation to the primary interaction that is called for the test if your description supports it.
Does it give you another one?
And another thing. by showing that you support that you are against these deserters, not only are you strengthening your position against desertion, you are also showing your own soldiers that you, mighty y'all, don't take desertion kindly and will take actions necessary by just sending 2 representatives.
Give me another roll. Now, if it's lower, it's not going to count against you. If it's higher, you might be able to improve. Just because you got doubles last time.
Yeah, and
10,
8,
12.
10, 12.
Okay, so it is better. All right, so he says...
Oh, and then another 2 on the dragon dice.
And another thing.
And another thing!
So his is at another thing, and y'all just seize the initiative.
So instead, then what I'll do is I will do bon mot. So I'm going to add a witty comment at the end. And we all know deserters, cowards. They won't take. They probably wouldn't desert if they knew you took a hard stance against desertion.
You have a point. Well,
Oh, he has the points. I couldn't help it.
given you've a mind for such things and I'm more accustomed to leading men in battle, what would you suggest? Who do you suggest?
Don't be a bitch.
And Bridget.
And Bridget.
Bridget and Joseph.
Sitting in a tree.
What?
Then I would say,
Joseph the kid.
well, Sir
What is
Blaker
that?
is your
He's a
choice.
Josephus.
So, sending Sir Blaker, if he is so willing. And I turn to Sir Blaker at this. Would he nod or he's like,
He's like...
Why am I getting volunteered?
Jesus.
He's mid-dream like, what?
He's like dirty
And
work.
then
He was he was the roguish one that ran away.
Yeah.
So I'd say
He's
Sir
like-
Blaker
he's like, I'm
shows
doing
that
all-
you are not willing to, that you are putting your foremost effort into this. While you cannot handle it personally, you are sending representatives from your family to handle the issue. And I would also recommend either Alenka or Sir Bridget. Alenka
I know, but
to strengthen your own personal ties with the circle. Or Sir Bridget, it's a show of strength. A military strength, specifically.
He looks over to Blaker.
Well,
And Blaker says, if Sir Bridget comes along, I see no reason I should worry about my personal safety. Especially with this group.
then it is decided.
Blaker
Yes!
and Bridget.
I would just like to say
Sir,
that
Bridget's just like...
out of character, we fuck you and Bridget
if she
up.
does that,
Like-
I'm gonna go out. Just like out of the Jarl's eyes, but I'll wink at her.
she is impressed by this whole thing. She is impressed. A little bit of redness. You don't know if it's the wine.
Mostly the wine.
You know it's the one.
Mostly the wine.
Well, then it's decided. I suppose we can spare Blaker for a few more days.
Dun, dun, dun.
Very well. Now then, all of this talk of business is quite boring and, honestly, not a great dinner conversational topic. Why don't we enjoy the meal you've prepared for us? Or that you've had prepared for us?
Him prepare anything.
He's like, well, I've already had
And I burst into
almost
the
a whole
hall.
pig, but, I guess I could have a little more.
Well, of course, especially.
Where's the
Lady Mossy
wine?
Especially with more drink in our bellies.
One of the servants comes and pours everyone drinks. Okay. You're with them. So I guess you guys gonna retire for the night?
After
I
I spend the appropriate amount of time that a noble should give another noble.
I just wanna.
Oh, there's a
have fun.
skill for that. Go on.
Do they have a musician in the hall that's playing?
They would, but not a very abrasive, just kind of like light, like maybe some harp music.
I want to basically get the musician to play dancing music, and I'm gonna ask one of the ladies if they care to dance.
Oh, are you going back to the meat hall? Or are you going?
Yes, that's where I was going.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. No, they're
If dinner's over, then
yeah,
no
they're
point.
okay. So yeah, it wouldn't be harp music. It would be more. They'd have some kind of like slightly piss ass drunk
Bard.
soldier who's actually quite skilled with music, playing a lute and singing. He's off key a little bit, and everyone assures you that he's usually a lot better.
And he's singing the tale of the Ferelden noble who slayed a darkspawn.
I was like, you were there? It's like, you were drinking too? Oh, sorry. My bad. No, don't bring attention to you. I think you family.
What are you looking for the skill?
Just something to do with noble stuff. I thought there was something.
There probably is.
I would say it'd probably be closest to not historical lore, but heraldry. But kind of, just a bit, not really. But
I forgot how old you said
I would
this
say that
lady
follows.
was.
Have you looked under cunning?
yeah,
I think
I'm looking under cunning. But you can just do a standard ass cunning roll. I think it might have been that there was a talent for it that I didn't, not necessarily a.
12, 16.
16. That's good.
Oh, I mean, I'm cunning. That's my main focus is intelligence,
That is good.
with secondaries falling into magic, communication, and willpower.
Yeah, so you're able to make a profound impression with all of them, which is going to be very useful.
I mean, that's gonna be my role. I am
Josephine.
Josephine. I'm the Josephine of the organization.
What were we looking for skill or talent?
Something about like nobility knowledge.
Which I feel I should have.
I do. I feel like I should have it too. I think my next one's gonna be bargaining or persuasion. I think is what my next one.
Yeah, I'll have those two. Bum. Bam. Bum. Whatever.
I have them
Hey,
both.
left.
That, or if there's one coming to accounting, I'll probably take that one.
All right, so you guys adjourn for the evening. Right now it's 9:08. We can continue going if you guys want.
I would like to.
Sure.
But before the night ends, I assume we're all in the same quarters, barrack quarters.
Yeah, it's just a big ass building, lots and lots of beds here and there, and there's people snoring, especially after these drinks.
So, I will have some bread, some light bread,
I forgot.
and then before everyone goes to bed, I'll be like, well, since it looks like we'll be working with each other for the foreseeable future.
Real life?
No, in game.
Okay, sorry.
I'll be like, since we'll be working with each other for the...
I would give them pointers, and now I'm leaving, so I'm like, all right, I'll wake up early, give you guys pointers, and then
All right, we'll work with that.
Try to get that mage booty.
Who are you talking to?
Here.
Him? Her? You? I'm confused.
I ain't trying to get no booty.
Her? Yes.
Since we'll be working with each other for the foreseeable future, why don't we get to know each other? I was able to swipe some bottles of wine off of the y'all, with his permission, of course. And I got
Inside
some.
check.
And I got
Did he
some bread.
actually get permission?
They don't have they have like perception, empathy is like the closest I've had, but
Yeah, that's basically the role I want to do.
yeah.
and I've got some bread.
I don't believe you actually asked. That smirk on your face makes you seem guilty.
Are you saying that he might just have resting smirk face?
And I am from the Tevinter.
I got doubles.
Yeah,
Doubles.
you're real shite.
Shut your dirty mouth.
Actually, no, it's not bad.
I'm Batman.
Yeah, it's 12 with 4 on the dragon dice.
If you're trying to withhold information, you can do willpower, self.
I mean, I'm not trying to withhold it.
Okay.
I did. Or
He seems honest.
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he?
He is
all right,
the
you know
last
what?
one.
I'll say this. I did ask for the wine. I may have swiped some bread off the table.
Okay. I'm satisfied. I had the time. As I pull one of the jars of wine from him.
And I'll say, what say you guys? Want to join me outside?
Sure.
I mean, only 1 or 2 because I told these people I would help them.
Who's all drinking?
Pointers. Hey.
Me. I want to drink.
I'll drink a little.
Because I didn't drink
Okay.
in like...
So I'll pop one of the wines, take a swig, and
All right.
to the next person.
Everyone who's drinking, have a do a Constitution drinking test, and you can set the DC as you think would be realistic for your character, given their personal drinking experiences and how much they've already had and all that kind of stuff.
I think I may be a little bit buzzed. I'm only at a 12, but I've been talking business and drinking with the Jarl, so
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fair.
I have...
I got
I
12.
have a
I also
0
got 4 on the
Constitution.
dragon die.
13? I don't know how the difficulty is.
Well,
I
I
was
mean,
already buzzed earlier, so
I mean, are you still buzzed?
Yeah, like
or
I
is it
said,
a little
just
more-
treat it how you think it should realistically.
Thing is,
In this system, like a 15 is something hard that you can something hard. Like 17 or 18 is like near
Near
impossible, but doable.
Absolutely.
And then 10 is pretty easy.
I feel like now I'm just starting to slur my words.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm fine. Because I got an
I'm fine.
18
Damn.
with a 5 on the dragon dice, and I'm doing Tower of Will. I mean, it won't really do anything, but I'm still going to do it.
Okay, so yeah, I would say that Rivera, she just takes a big ass thing. She's and she slams it down, and she is not even phased in the
Oh, wait.
slightest.
Hold on. You hear this big ass burp.
the
I'll give
bird
up.
was bigger than you.
I'm going to get up and give you a high five.
Yeah, one of the soldiers is like, Andraste's tits. She can drink.
But she is
I'm a
dwarven.
dwarf. What else do I do?
I think it comes with the territory.
Anyways.
So you guys
So
convene for the evening?
So we're more.
Okay.
I mean, we're just. I took this to try to get
Yeah.
the characters to know each other. So.
That's perfect.
So. Anyone want to start, or should I?
Start what?
Maybe you should start. It was your idea.
Fair enough. Well, then pass the bar.
Marcel's just singing to himself. He's feeling good.
All right. Well, as you already know, the name is Josephus, and as you already know, I use magic.
What?
Oh, yeah, she didn't
I'll
know.
give him a. Oh, you weren't there.
You do what?
Yes, and then I'll snap my fingers, and a little flame will come out. It's hot.
Ow!
Why would you do it again?
It's good for potty tricks and impressing nobles. Who wants to smoke? obviously?
Only backwood nobles.
Anyways, haven't been completely honest with you all.
I need another drink. I don't like where this is going.
But I'll take a chance since I'll be working with you. And it's better you hear it from me than you find out some other ridiculous way. Though I will ask that you do hear or keep what you guys hear from this point forward a secret. And not to be said.
Okay.
Are you coherent?
Probably not the best. I'm just singing to myself.
So elaborate.
And I'll pull out a small sigil from my coat.
Okay.
And I'll put it down. And I'll say, do you guys know what this is?
Probably not.
We can even check with that being.
I'm gonna say for you, it's very unlikely unless because you spent most of your time among your people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't know it either, would I?
you might heraldry. You can do a heraldry roll, which is cunning.
I don't.
But we probably
Roll
would have been
good.
told the symbol of like the vendor.
It's gonna be
It's a sigil and not a rune,
a
right?
high
It's a
test
sigil.
Okay, then yeah, I have no clue.
because of your drunkenness.
It is 11.
11. Okay, that's
Totally.
not. You're gonna look at it. You're gonna be like.
You're like, I see squiggles.
Ah.
Looks like
It
maybe
looks-
some kind of noble assholes. I don't know who.
I don't know, man.
If you say noble asshole, I'm gonna laugh.
I don't know. It's some noble bullshit.
It's a very accurate statement. It is a lot of noble bullshit.
I'm not. I can't really see it if my vision is.
You're like the cobra won't stop moving.
Oh yeah, you can show
It's
them what it looks
It's
like.
alive.
Yeah, I actually made the coat of arms.
It's alive.
Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. No, I closed it. I'm a shameful
But
human
did you
being.
save it?
It's on Facebook. I sent it to him.
Yeah,
I saved it though.
I can bring it up again.
You can always post it in group chat.
I can't. Well, I can't because it's with my backstory.
But you cannot. Oh,
Well, I
but
can put the picture
you're
there.
okay. So the coat of arms that you're pulled out, right?
All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. Yeah, see.
I'm gonna be able to see now.
Hey, you better not read.
Oh
none of
no, I'm just looking at the coat of arms. Looks like that.
So that's why I'm privy to the Cobra.
Oh, what was the cobra?
Yeah, it was the Cobra with the sun in the back.
Yep.
Sure.
And they're Ravenclaw and Slytherin colors. Sorry.
I mean, I thought it fit well considering.
I love this character.
Sure. What if?
Anyways,
Dun,
we'll say
dun,
that is my family's coat of arms.
Your family.
What is your
From
family hill?
Teventer? You said Teventer, right?
No,
No.
but it was a good guess.
I was like, wait. Because
My
I'm
family-
pretty sure that's not Ferelden. I was like,
You're-
being a noble from Ferelden, I'm pretty sure I got all the noble Fereldens down.
Yeah, most of them use
That-
dogs.
Huh?
Most of the Fereldans use
Exactly.
dogs
Exactly.
in the coat of arms.
Some varying degree.
And then
They're
Teventers
not-
actually used a lot of snakes, and I believe it was boars and theirs. Or was that a leg?
Oh,
I know
this-
Teventer uses snakes. I don't know about boars though.
This is terrible.
I think boars would be more
Main
Ferelden
character, get
because
off me.
a boar
I
isn't
thought it was
a
a
very
character.
elegant animal, so I don't think Orley would use it.
No.
You're right.
You don't get choice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Fight me.
100% sure about that, but it would make sense if Orley just used something a little bit more elegant.
So, you
Shoulda
guys
did-
couldn't guess it.
We should have did Wolf. I'd have been behind Wolf way better. Pack mentality. Let's do this.
Pack tactics.
Right, if you couldn't guess it,
Uh-huh.
the sigil comes from the Teventer Imperium. That is where I'm from.
So much cancer.
What's that?
though, fam.
What's that?
It's a country.
Where they have
It-
slaves.
Yes, we do.
They are like a
But we are-
political shitstorm.
We are a country whose form of government is run by pretty much the magisters, which, in your tongue, would be mages.
But you have slaves.
They have slaves that they use for blood rituals.
Blood magic. It's a little insulting, actually. While we do use blood magic, it's not the same as what you define blood magic here in Thetis.
I mean,
Actually, it'd be a gross overstatement.
I will have no opinion until I see them.
Are you trying to
myself.
say that people don't go crazy from using blood magic?
Well, I'm saying that what you define as blood magic and what we define as blood magic are two different things. While we do have blood magic that you guys use, it is banned in the Imperium and used more behind, I guess you would say, closed doors. What? For those of you who
The
don't,
political scheming is so real.
for those of you who don't know, blood is a source of magic. Now,
I mean, I don't.
there are two different sorts of blood magic. The ones where you use unwilling participants
Question.
in search of greater power. Or you can use your own blood or that of willing participants.
Which is pretty sure how all of it's been done. Unwilling participants all the
Unwilling.
way. all the
My
way.
homeland, you would
You
say
need to-
unwilling.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's how it's
You-
been used here in the few cases.
You need to understand.
I know. What do you,
Blood magic isn't inherently dangerous.
True, because
It is
magic
the
is
search-
magic.
Exactly.
It is
It
the
is the
person
search-
building it.
It is the search of greater power that leads those who use blood magic to do darker things.
I feel people are inherently evil, and it takes the better-natured people to strive for goodness. So, even attempting to do such a thing is giving in to your baser instincts
So
and
then-
enhance evil.
So then tell me, what is the difference between Tevinter mages who use blood magic and your countrymen who use the body of unwilling participants in sacrifices for the old gods?
I have no knowledge of this. I was like, but still, evil is evil, and I would slay them the same.
Exactly.
Blood magic is corruptible. Because power
But you would say that all
Power
power
is-
is corruptible.
Power is corruptible. Blood magic gives you power. But magic itself is not necessarily evil. It's the person wielding it. I've said this. This is why I would want... Josephus, would you still accompany me if you know that I wish to be a Templar?
Of course. We have many Templars in the Tevinter. And they have served the same purpose they do here. Though the oversight is a little different, and I wouldn't agree with such oversight. The police, or those who are supposed to be police, being run by those they were supposed to be policed, I don't agree with that. Unfortunately, my view is in the minority.
Also, over here, from what I've gathered, Templars are not necessarily favorable over the mages because they like to abuse their power, keep mages more on a chain. Now, you have shown no, what's the word I'm looking for, threat to us, except for not healing us when we almost died.
Well, you need to understand the social and political,
Which is understandable, and then you managed to get over that whenever face to face with the ogre. Now, I do not have any problem until you start doing your little extracurricular activities on the company.
I will tell you now, I haven't practiced blood magic in 6 years or so.
And also,
And I do not believe I will be practicing blood magic anytime soon.
it's good to know also is not wise to openly talk about blood magic here in Ferelden.
Oh, trust me, I know. I know.
And especially around the Dalish. Because we lost our homeland, Arlathan, to Tevinter.
Trust me, I've read the history books. And
It's-
while some of the knowledge history, I believe, is lost, as they do say, the victors write the history, the losers accept it.
And the history is always much more bloodier than the books depict it.
Of course. So, since you are of the people, and I am of the Tevinter, I believe we we'll butt heads when it comes to certain points.
Most likely. But for now, we share the same goal. And I just want to currently help the people in their situation.
I do too.
With the deserters.
And, let's just say for now, my own personal reasons, I wish to see this company grow.
Same.
So I will do almost everything in my power for the betterment of this mercenary company.
Okay.
And
Why do you
on a
want to
side
see the company grow? I mean, if you're as privy to blood magic and Teventer knowledge, so that must mean you're a Teventer noble, yes? It's like, why do you care about some Ferelden backwater company?
well, let's just say I have my own personal reasons at the moment for wanting to see this company succeed. Let's say, once we are more established and if we are better friends, I may tell you the full story. Does that sound acceptable?
The way you say it's not as if I have a choice, yes?
Well, I mean,
Very perceptive.
and on a final note, if you insist on calling me Shemlin, are you going to insist on calling me Shemlin?
For now.
Very well. Then I hope you won't take it as an insult if I respond in kind of calling you a knife here. You calling me as a fact of not of your people. So I will call you of the fact of your physical attributes.
I am calling you a human in my native tongue. That'd be calling me an elf in the common tongue, or your native tongue. But you calling me a knife-ear is basically slurring my name.
But is your name not calling me of my own physical attributes?
Of
You
your
are
race.
calling me that of a human? Exactly, it's still my own physical attributes of that of a human. So why shouldn't I call you a name in kind with your own physical attributes?
Perhaps once down the road.
Let me
You
say
know-
this.
Let's say
You're still awake.
Surprisingly.
I'll be like, you know what?
Surprisingly.
For the betterment, and I've realized that the drink may be getting to me a bit. How about you agree to call me Shemlin as little as you possibly can, and I'll agree not to call you Knife here, and by your name.
It's like,
Nice to meet you, Sam.
Nothing
And nice
else.
to meet you all.
dun, dun, and I give you the cup.
It's like someone's already a little too far gone.
He's usually like this.
What's wrong with that?
I've shared. Who wants the bottle next?
I'm going to bed.
Do you just
Not
pass out?
before you share.
I make it to my bed and pass out.
You
Yeah,
sure?
he finishes his drink and then he's just got this groggy like.
And
Well,
this
shit.
this
Maybe the
will
bottle.
be my third drink. My first two rolls are pretty good. This one's like, nah, man.
Well, probably the bottle
So
wasn't the
I'm
greatest
just
of
like,
ideas
I'll
then.
share.
All right.
My betrothed died,
My condolences.
and being of human descent, my family thought I shouldn't have taken it so hard. My opinion is love, and so I left. People maybe in some people's eyes, they consider me a deserter for leaving my family.
But I didn't leave them for fear of fighting. I left them because they didn't share my pain.
What assholes?
And
You're asleep. Said you're asleep.
and so
Chips if you're asleep.
and so I travel around drinking my problems away, fighting other people's battles in the hope that I'll die gloriously.
Well,
But
instead of dying gloriously, how about we work instead on making you a fine leader of this company. So fine that your name is so renowned that you may find love elsewhere. And while I'm not saying to forget your past love, I can speak from experience and say there's a possibility of more love in the future. It just takes time.
it won't be her.
It won't be.
I am responsible for her death.
I can tell you, you're right. It won't be her. You will never forget.
I hope so, because otherwise that'd be weird. Sorry, that was out of game.
Yeah. It
She
won't-
came back. Oh God!
I forgot my sister.
It won't be her. You'll never forget her. She will always hold a special place in your heart. But I truly believe that there is more space for another at some point.
I'm afraid that if I do love again, that it will be me comparing her to someone who is long since gone. So I don't know if that's necessarily healthy for me.
I'm not saying
This, I know. People tell me this a lot. This is why I drink and stay to myself. But as far as leadership goes, I can be a leader.
Well, I can tell you.
I feel like I'm a decent leader. Maybe I have my flaws, and compared to others, but I feel like when the job needs to be done, I'll get it done.
I can tell you from both experience. Well, I haven't had the same experience as you, obviously. I can tell you. We'll get there. And I'd rather stand behind no one if I'm facing another ogre. Though you probably aren't looking forward to another ogre experience.
Like that one?
I was like, please spread them out.
Ogre after ogre after ogre.
Trust me, I agree with you on that one.
I was like, just make sure you tell any other mages accompanying us they should probably stand back and not be in the
Thank
front
you.
lines.
Well, I'll tell you. The mages that if we're ever gonna get another mage, they're either apostate or apostate. Because I don't think we have any influence to get a circle mage.
I mean, I don't particularly care that they're apostate as long as they are in control of themselves and are responsible.
Fair enough. But maybe we can also, just in case, look into getting some Templars within our own.
Yeah, my brother, he's gonna make the best Templar. And he's just drinking. He's like, he keeps me in line. He can keep anybody in line.
And what about you, Bubbles?
Sparkles!
Why am I Bubbles?
Your bubbly personality.
Your beautiful personality.
I know it's not Anthony talking to me.
You wish to share with the class?
Parents died. Lived in a small town. Whose name I forgot? Gergen. Yeah.
Oh.
I know lyrium. I know mining. And I know small enchantment. things. Not enough to actually do them yet, but I want
Oh.
to learn.
Enchantment?
That reminds me. My parents are my parents are probably looking for me still.
Well then.
Yeah. They didn't like me just leaving like that. I didn't say goodbye. I didn't leave a note. I just left. They probably replaced me by now. I'm not sure.
I don't think the child would be old enough, but okay.
What? No.
He's just white.
I've
Go sleep. He's tired.
I have 2 siblings. I have a younger brother and a younger sister. My sister was always the smartest person in the room, and she knew it. My brother, he was the eager sort, and I did love competing against him. he always pushed me to be better, just because I knew that if I ever let up, he would. Why'd you do that? If I ever let up, that he would soon be close behind.
Oh then.
So, if anyone asks for me, you should probably pretend you don't know me.
Who are you?
Exactly. I'm going to bed because I have to wake up early.
As you lay down, I'm just gonna cover in bed. I'm sorry. Night night. I'm gonna go.
It's like and I bury my face in that pillow.
Alright, so we got 2 down. I apologize for bringing up bad memories.
Things happen.
Isn't that
Can't do anything about it.
Isn't that
Except fine people.
fine people?
Fine people. Gotta find whoever did this.
You don't know who did this. Well,
I know who. I just gotta find them.
see if we can help.
I will pull out a little piece of blue cloth
Got
and it's
12 on my wake up roll.
on my
like it's torn from a little
what happens
like
when
a
I want
sleeve.
to wake up
And it's just
early
like-
and I'm hungover?
powder blue.
Constitution.
That would be a
Yeah,
13
that's
on
what
my
it's like.
roll.
Does it look like
Oh.
military?
Not bad.
No, it's just common clothes.
Oh, it's just comic book.
Yeah. I know whose it is, and I will find them. And vengeance will be mine.
10.
And I
Ten?
clutch
Just
the
10.
necklace on
All right, I'd say
It's
you
a
wake up
regular. It's like a little
around
twine,
the time the sun
and it has
rises.
2 pieces of a necklace that don't go
You're
together.
still asleep.
Yeah.
I'll wake him up.
This was my mother's. This was my
What?
father's,
What happened?
and it's just 2 different rooms.
What's,
Famous
Wake up.
protection.
You're feeling a little shitty.
what's going on?
You have to keep your word.
What happened?
Well then,
You need to
Oh,
go.
Are they up yet?
well then, Bubbles. Why don't we call it in for the night?
Oh, I gotta make a name on here. Okay. Good night.
Go get some water and just kind of throw it on him.
As they're waking up, we're going to bed. That's what it sounds like. Cool.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I was like, that just works perfectly about what I heard.
Yeah, but we're assuming this is in the morning because it's a sunrise, and let's just stay out all night.
Well, no. I mean, after you guys went to bed, we talked a little more and then went to bed ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you notice I have nightmares.
Huh.
Were we awake when you had nightmares?
Probably. This one probably won't.
Wake
be.
up.
What?
Not you,
happened?
but he's too far away.
Oh.
Wake up. You're
What?
having nightmares. Calm
Is it-
down. What happened?
No, stop.
You hear me call a name Adana.
Da-da-da.
A-D-A-N-N-A.
Okay.
Oops. Sorry.
Wake up.
What's going on?
Adana, you called out. You were thrashing. Are you okay?
Fine. It's just bad recurring dreams. I just kind of roll. I completely brush you off and go back to bed about that. like kind of like in a I really don't want to talk about it kind of way.
Okay.
And I apologize for being rude.
Okay. And then, intermittently without the night, I will wake up, change his bandages, and change your bandages as well. Because I'm still the doctor. I have responsibilities. I have responsibilities, and
I will turn from one side of the bed to the other and just look. That's it. I'm just gonna sleep the whole entire night.
That moment when you wake up because you're like, I got bit in my dream. I got bit. What happened? Oh, leeches. I woke up like this. So I wake up with him throwing water on me.
This is my character.
I have a picture of mine.
This
Do you
is
still
my
have that
character.
open? Perchance?
Yep.
If it is, then I can show mine. If not, then you don't have to pull it up. We can show you some other time.
Do it.
Strike him down.
Are you guys catapults or trebuchet? Trebuchet. It's a Reddit joke. There's catapult memes and trebuchet memes, and every year they go to war with each other over which is the superior siege weapon.
Trebuchet.
Catapults.
Trebuchet.
Anyways, that's my character minus the map.
You carrying the book with you?
Yeah, I have a book. It's the ledger.
Pact of the Tome.
Hit me with your best shot.
If you knew the wisp spell, that could technically count as familiar.
I do have the wisp spell. Actually, I took Creation Magic Novice, so I can automatically just create a wisp.
So sleepy hungover me drooping into the courtyard waiting for all the soldiers to take their positions as I'm yawning.
There are a few that are eagerly waiting. Most of the ones that look like they're really eager are still passed out because they had quite a bit of fun last night.
I was like, I go over to the nearest trough and I just like dunk my head in it like Jesus.
No, I see you leave, but I'm like, remember, you're still wounded.
It's like
As your doctor, I wouldn't recommend you overexert yourself.
I'm not participating. I am just pointing out the flaws.
Just a friendly reminder. I know how you soldiers can get.
I mean, hey, we're competitive. That's why.
That's why I merely mentioned it. Didn't merely commented on it. No insult.
Can't be
given.
that bad. I had a full day of rest. I'm working on my second.
If any other doctor hurt you,
Can't be that bad, right?
It'll be fine.
We're about to go kill some deserters. Like, come on, it can't be that bad.
All right, so the ones that are there eagerly await your orders, or not orders, but your
Instruction?
Your instruction.
Oh, wait. Did he come out with me?
Yeah.
Are we still doing what we did basically when we were teaching the son?
All right.
He's going to actually show them, and I'm just
So
going
you do
to.
your heavy blade skill, and you do your military.
Is it communication leadership? Or
Leadership. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you're
what
right.
are you gonna do?
waking up and probably gonna get some food and then just watch these guys train, waiting for our delegate.
I rolled shitty.
And I got a 1 on the dragon die, so I can
So you
do.
can get me when it's time to go.
What would that be? Like a role play?
Before you go though, 100 piece of bread.
Okay.
Yes. Role playing.
13 with a 6 on the dragon die.
Remember, she said
13?
late at night though,
Yes.
so you may have to
I mean,
wait.
I
She said late.
Oh, okay.
I got it.
Hold on,
We got
Keep
the
trying to
basically
get
the
the wall-
same roll
trying to call it
except
wall
for
bracelet,
one.
yes.
side.
I'm just going to her.
was like, I got a 13 with 2 1s, guys. Like, bro,
Nice.
I need to, like, whatever.
I got 12.
What does this 6 can do? I don't know, but.
For role playing?
A 6 doesn't give you anything.
There's nothing for 6, but you can do those.
And another thing.
You can flirt with the guards. Man, oh, that's a good stance.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a while for me too.
You really know how to hold a sword.
We were mine.
I see you practicing with a short sword. Can you handle a long sword?
You don't know anything about a long sword.
How about this bastard sword?
And it's like broken into pieces.
It makes bastards.
That's all it does.
So yeah, between the two of you, you guys do a fantastic job of instructing these young soldiers for the time that you have. I'd say a good hour passes, and then the young Dalish man comes and greets you.
Hey, good morning.
To the elfin greeting. I don't feel like looking it up.
Insert Elvish greeting. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Are we ready to set off then?
Let me go check on the other companions that would be joining us.
You see me just relaxing. Well, I was watching you guys train, so.
Making sure wounds don't reopen.
And just relaxing. I do have a book open.
Are you ready to go? Wait,
Is everyone joining?
question.
You can see the
Revere-
author is buried.
Revere was in the barracks with us. Is that normal?
Say what?
Revere was in the barracks with us. I just realized this. I was really drunk.
Rivera?
Revere was in the
Mhm.
barracks with us.
And?
And
I love it. And
she's a woman in a barracks with
She's
a man.
also
I mean-
part of our company.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
I don't know. Should you? This is a question you should be asking her. If she was okay.
you look around, and she's not there.
alright, so I'm gonna go murder some people in the barracks. Alright, it's time to reopen my wounds. Where is my companion?
So while they're doing this, I went to the tanner.
Well, what I
and I
hear,
just wanna ask her if
I
there's
hear you like,
anything
where's my
she
companion?
needs
Like,
in
yeah, she
general,
went to the
'cause we're
town.
gonna leave
She'll
and
be back soon.
Gonna be back.
Okay, I was about to murder.
If she needs any specifics,
Yeah.
hides or
No murdering.
meats or anything in general.
I was gonna defeat them in
No-
honorable
nothing
combat.
Specific.
No murdering unless we're paid
anything
for it.
helps.
I
Okay.
mean,
Thank you. I'll see
I
you
like
when I
to
come
do it
back.
for free.
If you find any
why I get paid
families
for
just
it.
to kind of keep an eye of their location, and maybe you can let me know if you don't
Repeat that. Sorry.
any dens or anything like that of creatures, animals.
I will. All right. Thank you. I will come back.
So I'm
Thank
gonna,
you.
So I'm gonna go get dressed to leave.
Put my armor on because it sounds.
Well, my robes are on me. I'm not really having to change.
You're welcome.
I slept in the dress. That is now gonna be my sleep outfit. It's gonna be tattered so bad.
Nightgown. It was so much money.
Would you say something before I just kind of laid down and went to sleep with it?
I was a little too buzzed last night.
Okay.
But if I were to see it again, I'd probably with full faculties.
12 silver and you're wearing it to sleep? What the hell's wrong with you?
Okay.
You were too you were drunk.
So, you guys would see Sir Bridget kind of dragging Sir Blaker, by his shoulder, just kind of dragging him along, and he looks like he's just barely.
Good morning.
What's wrong with
Yeah.
him? Are
Well,
you
you
not?
can- he looks like he can use a chip in the trough.
Give him.
Give him away.
She has a big grin.
Give him the hair of the dog. Wake him up.
Blaker hears about it. He's like, no,
Oh, you're with us, Sir Breakley.
I'm okay.
Oh, is he fully awake or is he still
He still looks a little drowsy, but the mention of the trough is kind of stirred him.
He's
He's
like,
got
"Not
him
like
stirred up.
Yes.
He's like, I need to get my shit together.
Yeah.
Are we?
So
walking?
I'm gonna give a smile as he
So
says
break
that,
it.
and I'll be like, I don't know. You still look a little tired to me. What do you guys say?
I mean, he's definitely
He's
tired.
definitely tired. If we're wide awake, then he must be tired.
We were drunk and woke up at the crack of dawn. Yeah, he's still sleeping.
So, I think I recall him saying his mother couldn't catch him. That's why he. So, I mean, proof that he's awake is we wouldn't be able to catch him. Ain't that right, Sir Bridget? She's got a hold on him. So if she wants to dunk him,
I'll go grab the bucket.
Let's do willpower. It's not gonna be. If it's gonna have to be a very low roll for her to do this. Oh, she's fine. She's fine. She's like, oh, today's not the day.
It's okay. We'll get him later.
hit me with your bet.
So Breaker, are we walking?
Oh hell no. He's like, come on, let's go to the stables.
Sweet.
You may have to double up though.
Okay with that.
I'm okay with
I'm
that.
okay
Vera.
with that.
You want to ride with me?
Sure.
Okay.
So he's able to.
I'm a lot nicer to you now. Do you remember what you said last night? I mean, out of game. Would your character remember?
I don't know.
I mean,
probably.
What's
not.
your memory recall?
Yeah, like, do you want me to roll to see if I remember?
I don't care.
Because I was pretty.
Well, you now notice that I'm nicer to you than I was. I'm not hitting you or calling you an asswipe or anything.
Nice. Everybody likes misery.
But before we head out, I would like to go to
He probably wouldn't remember.
the Smith, see if we can get like a thing of like a noble arms made for our company.
A what?
Like a noble arms for us, like
Coat of arms
coat of arms. There
for
we
the
go.
company.
Oh,
That'd probably be more of a
dinner room.
tailor or dinner room.
Yeah, dinner room is where you're gonna find
Proper tailors for that.
proper shit. This place is gonna be full of people just scraping stuff
I know,
together.
but like something that but make it better.
Or we could pop. How are we closer to Redcliffe or Denrim?
I believe. That's a good question. I'll have to look at the map.
Straight up eating all that sauce?
I don't remember where Red Cliff
Or Haven. It's a possibility. Oh wait, no, Haven hasn't been made yet.
That is correct.
It's not until after the events of the first game where they find Andrastus ashes.
Well, Haven is there, but it's
But okay.
But it's not the
it's-
Haven that
it's-
we know
it's
in
not an
Inquisition.
Inquisition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the
Because
same Haven.
I don't know how far Lily is into Origins,
You know what?
so I don't want to spoil it.
Fair point.
Um,
Good thing she didn't hear what I said.
in Origins, what did I just do?
Have you done the Sacred Ashes?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I just revived Eamon.
Okay,
Okay.
so
you know. Okay. thank God.
so you know
I killed the
Haven.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all are a lot closer to Red Cliff.
Yeah, I killed the kid.
Yeah. So then, instead of going to Denver,
And,
we'd probably go to Redcliffe.
Or
What?
Lothering.
Is this the before?
I got Irvin
Before.
to go into the Fade.
Because I'm like,
Irvin.
oh hell no, they not
From the
trapping
circle?
me in the fade.
I
Have not
learned.
done.
I learned to be a Maleficarum.
Hell
Huh?
no.
I
bro.
learned to be a Maleficarum.
Hell no, I'm not about to.
Irvin. Who's
My
Irvin?
playthrough was a mage.
I like Jowlin. I want more Jowlin. He's one of my favorite characters.
Wait, who's Irvin?
Have you done the Circle of Magi?
The tower?
Yeah.
The tower?
Mm-hmm.
The head mage.
It's He's Irving.
Irving. The old man.
Also, that is the first appearance of Colin if you didn't play a mage.
Let's see. In order, I went to.
Colin's had it bad.
Come on, what?
Bad for Colin. Like everywhere Colin goes, he gets
Some shit
I went to the
happens.
You see
circle
Colin, everyone get out.
I went to the circle of Magi, whatever, and then I went to the Dalish.
Did you side with the Templars or the mages there?
Mages.
Okay. Because it's really hard to get the Templars.
Back to the game. Stop getting sidetracked.
It's kind of like the game. Shut your whore mouth. bitch.
Templars versus mages.
The game of the game.
The game within the game.
Anyway, so if we want a proper tailor, probably our closest bet is Redcliffe.
Yes.
Or we can go all the way to Denver.
I always hated that place.
It's a silly place.
Let's not go there.
Redcliffe's probably overrun by the dead right now.
No, it's after Ostagar.
No,
Yeah, that's right.
it's after Ostagar.
That's right. It's early.
No, actually, no, you're right. It may be now, depending on how close we are to Ostagar.
Mm-hmm.
Because the wife of the Jarl has already sent out the knights, depending. So he's already fallen ill.
Neat.
I hated that
But
little
that also
kid.
takes place after the mage origin.
I would.
No.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Let's be honest. Marcel would straight up murder that kid.
But
I
Connor?
swear. Fuck yeah. See his little kid start talking in his multi-personality voice. He'll be like, "Oh, fuck that! I'll kill you."
I would like to rage.
So where are we going now? Are we going to the Dales? Or are we going somewhere else?
I'm going to the Dales.
Okay.
But this is something afterwards.
Okay.
All right. So he's able to get 4 horses. The rest are currently tied up with other activities for the day. So basically, Sir Bridget, she's like, well, given my armor and everything, I'd prefer to ride alone. And Sir Blaker, he looks around. He's like, well, if someone can ride with me, there's room. And then there's 2 more.
I'd rather ride my own.
There's only 4 horses, fam.
There's 2 taken, and this is about the 3rd one's right here.
Me and
That's the 3rd, and I'm the 3rd. I'm the 4th. 3rd, 4th, you have to ride with somebody else.
If you want to ride with him, I'll ride with that dude.
I don't mind either way.
I'm just currently sitting on a horse. It took me a minute, but I'm sitting on the horse waiting for somebody to get on the
Had
horse.
to get a booster seat.
Yeah. No, I just got to run and jump.
So did anybody get on there with Blaker? If no, then
Sure, I'll ride with Blaker.
I was gonna say that
better to kill him if he do anything shady.
the elf will get up there with him.
Oh, I forgot he's there.
Mm-hmm.
How did you
Okay,
get
so
here? You
actually,
walked here?
so then it would be elf with Blaker.
My speed's higher than yours. I'll
and
walk.
Then me and her on one, and then
So,
he's
so you're
on
still
one,
riding
and
with
then
him?
Bridget is riding by herself.
Okay.
So suck it up, Buttercup.
I'm riding by... somebody's riding with me, because I'm not riding with someone else. Someone's
Okay.
riding with me.
Oh, okay.
You're like, I'm the man. I'm gonna drive the car.
So the Shimlin and the Knife here are riding together.
Wait.
This was out of game, like the fact that y'all are calling.
Oh yeah, you guys
What-
can
what-
have a bonding experience.
What skill is this? Is this?
Dex riding.
I mean, you can ride. I have.
You know what? Communication. I'm gonna roll communication.
Oh, you do have riding.
with
Yeah, I do.
Sir Bridget when she's off to the side,
Mhm.
and I'll say, I apologize that our dinner plans were interrupted last night.
I got
I'd
21
love to
for
make it
riding.
up with you. I'm speaking with you on this journey.
21 for riding.
Well, I mean, we did get the
drive my
chance
horse.
together
15.
anyway,
You did.
You gonna
since
learn.
with the R.
Go learn today.
Ah, yes, but that was more of a business meeting. I'd like to get to know you more personally.
She seems receptive.
What are you doing?
I hesitate to say seduction roll because I don't know that it's.
I would say, and I'd follow up with saying, and I'm not wearing any armor, so it wouldn't really conflict with the amount of armor you are wearing.
All right, persuasion.
Shaft.
Wait,
Give her the shaft.
Give her the shaft.
Ride close. Make sure you wrap your arms around the waist.
Oh wow,
That's a good roll.
Grab,
eight.
grab the
That's
most
a good
essentials.
roll, man.
13 with 5 on the dragon die.
And
flirt.
And
Flirt.
flirt. And I'll be like, and this would be an opportunity for us to get a little closer.
As he scoops.
And he scoops in. But, yeah.
She says, "Well, as long as I've got the reins."
It's just the way I like it.
You would have romanced Aveline.
Man,
You know I would. That's why. Why do you think I'm picking Cassandra?
That's hilarious.
I loved Aveline so much, and it made me so salty. And then they gave us Cassandra, and I was like, "Fuck Cassandra, bitch!"
What?
I like
Get
it.
your heresy out of here. Cassandra is adorable.
I hate her.
love
The
Cassandra.
only thing I like about her
Get
dialogue is when she's talking about Varric's books.
yes. See, that's when you fall for it. Whenever she's all nerdy.
No,
about
don't tell Varric. No one must know about this.
And then you'd be like, Varric, I need
Oh,
a
I
copy
teased. I
signed
just
and
finished those. I
autographed
just
of
finished
this
that
book.
quest, and I teased the shit out of her. I was like, well, maybe I should read that book. No, you shouldn't.
Why not? Because you're the
Inquisitor. I love the Cassandra romance so far.
It's like I did it once. That's why I know. I was like, that's the only thing I was like, okay, that's your redeeming quality. You read
So then-
smutty literature.
In a
Sad.
teasing
I
voice.
can't use my.
And she goes,
points
I know
for
you
anything,
have the
because there's
reins,
nothing
but
to
do you
do.
want me in the front or the back?
Ha!
Behind, preferably.
Face.
So, what were y'all's riding rolls?
I got a.
She had a 21 or something.
I don't have to do it.
Got a 15.
I have a distraction roll to
20,
make, though.
22. Wait, no. 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21.
Can you refuse the erection? Just kidding.
No, I failed the roll voluntarily.
So anybody roll low for riding?
Nah, I got a 15.
She's riding my horse.
All right, let's see how Blaker's doing.
Drunk
Blake,
as a skunk.
he's okay.
I didn't see the 6. I
That's
thought it was a
10.
3.
Yeah, that was
I
looking
was
bad.
like,
That was looking bad. He's doing all right.
Yeah,
And then we'll see Bridget. She knows her shit, so like no matter what, I'm sure it's okay. Yeah, so it's good enough. All right, so you guys make great progress. What are you doing on the ride?
I am keeping an eye out for creatures / dens / yes.
Okay. What's the for like tracking?
I have tracking. It's perception.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give us a roll for that. And if you find something, depending on what you roll.
I'm just singing songs.
I got a 20.
I'll be talking
Woo!
to the elf dude.
I have a 4, 5, 6, 3, and 2.
Okay, you see. At one point, you see what is obviously bear tracks, and they're quite large, and they head off to an area, and you're able to remember the location. So
Okay.
basically, just write down.
I put large bear tracks.
Yeah, that you have the location memorized for future endeavors.
Okay.
No matter how you decide to use them.
Okay.
You guys, what are you doing?
I'm just singing songs, enjoying the ride.
All right.
I am talking to the elf dude. Trying to get more insight about his clan.
So
Okay.
you're riding next to Sir Blaker?
I
Because
want
you're
to
alone.
ask about the first, the keeper and the first, and the beep 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 beep.
I know I'll be talking to the keeper, but I want to learn more about it than before.
Yes.
Before I
You should
talk to
most
this.
definitely ask about the first.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You say the first, and my mind goes to Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
So what you learn is their keeper is relatively young. It's a woman. Let me see what the name was.
Hello, nurse.
Y'all behave, okay? Her name is Ashal, and they are a pretty small camp. The elder keeper passed away just a few years prior, and Ashal has been doing her best to keep things together.
She
And they
was the first. She's the, okay.
Does she have a first now, or is that later?
What's their clan name?
They
Dude,
try
I
to
might
have it
know
first
it.
as soon as possible.
I don't have a name.
Alright, I killed him.
What?
No, I like elves.
No, I don't have a name picked for them. You guys got an idea?
As long as it's not Brightmore.
Who for
Brightmore. I want that to be the name now.
Rabbit foot.
Wait, what happened?
I have no
We're
clue.
looking for
That's
Dale's
my
clan
clan.
name.
Oh, okay.
As long as it's not
No,
Brightmore.
it's not your clan.
Dole-less. Dole-less. The exact opposite.
Nice.
What is their
I
special?
think it was MOOR. Their
What is their specialization?
specialization? Surviving.
Okay,
Sick
but like
burn.
food, personality. A fun little DM trick I like doing when I'm naming cities or clans or stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Is I take the first letter of everything they specialize in. So, for example, if it's the capital city, C. If they specialize in military, M. And let's say their main export is oysters, then the city's name is Com. And I'll just rearrange the letters like that. It's a fun little DM trick I picked up.
Nice. What else do you learn? So, as I said, relatively small. They don't have a lot of warriors, which is part of the reason why they're kind of dealing with some bullshit. And also, they have, for the most part, been trying to stay out of basically causing any trouble with anyone, just because of the fact that they had to relocate because of some people standing up to persecution and just things spiraling out of control. So they originally from farther up north.
Man, I really
does love Marcel teaching people how to fight. This makes me happy. All right, hey, you want to learn how to fight? I'll teach you how to fight. I was like, the more you know how to defend yourself, the less I have to travel across the entire continent to come see.
And elves are their first name and then their clan name.
Ah. Well, I like Yonwin. We'll go with that for now.
And I'll introduce myself as Nethros of Brightmoor.
Okay. All right. So, anything else while y'all are on your way?
Me, I'd be speaking with Bridget, flirting every now and again, and actually just trying to get to know her.
Okay. All right. Well, since we are heading towards the end of this evening's game,
I want to ask, what's his name? Mr. I Run Away From Fights?
Blaker?
Blaker.
How he fights?
Well, are you riding with? You're not riding with him.
No, he's just, I think, just talking across.
Okay. So I guess there would be a point where you guys would probably stop for the horses to get water and stuff like that, and you'd have a chance to ask him. He'd say, "Well, I prefer to approach from the rear and put my dagger where they don't see it coming."
I'll give a
when that happens,
when I hear
you feel me go from this to.
and Marcel just like smirks and he's like,
It's been a while for me.
It's been a while.
And he presents his best.
You know this is gonna be the running joke.
How sad that he would get that from such a misunderstanding.
Still doesn't change the fact that was funny as well.
Yes, it was. It was great. So yeah. Anything else while you guys are going?
I don't have any other questions.
Okay. Who is taking the lead? I guess Blaker in the.
I'll take the lead.
Maybe
you should lead and then I'll come in behind you. Cause you in the.
I don't want Blaker behind me.
Now Blaker.
I'm gonna whisper that to you.
Blaker with the elf are gonna be in front.
Okay, then I'm safe.
Okay, I want to be behind them.
Okay.
Wait, is Blaker behind or in front of the elf?
In front of.
In front of? Damn it. You almost said behind.
Only because you wanted me to.
I'm really afraid that this guy will
Do you want to be in the rear?
aside.
Like at the very last, or
If you want.
Okay, so
Decent.
as you guys are on the road, and you are currently riding your horses, you get to a certain point where the horse up front, Blaker and all them, he starts to slow down a little bit, and you can hear some commotion off in this wooded area off to the side, and you see there's a horse on the ground nearby. It has an arrow straight through its neck.
is it still alive?
For now. And then there's like a trail of blood that is going off into this wooded area, and it's not a lot of blood. It's just like little splotches here and there, leading towards that direction. And you hear just like screaming, like angry screaming, coming from over in the wooded area.
That's weird.
I jump off and run.
Coming out, identify it. Fuck, just lead the horse.
Oh, okay.
And swing her back up here.
I'll ask the Dalish. Was this one of your horses?
He says, "No, it's not one of ours." And so you guys are moving in, and you just go in a little ways, like
Could be a trap.
maybe like 50 feet. And what you see is there's a young Dalish man who is on top of a human man who is just, the dude is covered in blood, and then the Dalish is just he's like, "Where'd you take her? Where?" That kind of thing. And
Is he stabbing him?
yeah, he's stabbing the fuck out of him, and he's just like asking him questions, even though you look, and this dude is clearly dead as fuck. And the elf jumps off of the horse with Blaker, and he runs over, and he's just like, "What have you done?" kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I get off and I say, hold on. I tell her to hold on and I walk over.
I'll walk over.
Alright. While everyone's walking over, I'm keeping an eye out in my surroundings.
I am very quickly. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the other horse and on a scale of 1 to 10, how much in pain is it?
The horse?
The almost dead horse.
Do a
Gasping breaths.
perception empathy. You use that great old animal empathy. I was about to say animal.
11,
14 plus.
14, 15, 16, 17. I don't have empathy, so 15.
It looks as though it's losing consciousness.
Okay.
So it is in pain, but it seems like it's coming to an end.
Pain coming to an end or gonna die?
Both.
Gonna die.
Okay, I immediately want to slit its throat.
Okay.
It's dead, it's gone. I am not gonna have this animal in agony.
All right. So you do that, and the horse passes rather fast, and eyes go dull, and
I'm gonna be very sad, and I'm gonna get on my horse. I'm gonna walk the horse. I'm just gonna walk the horse and be like, "You're so pretty. You're so pretty. I'm sorry." And I'm just gonna
the horse seems kind of spooked. Your horse seems kind of spooked from everything that's happened.
I want to try to calm the man down. Sir, I need you to calm down.
Let the elf.
Who is who?
I'll talk to
Yeah, you're gonna move forward, and I'm gonna grab your shoulder, and I'll be like,
I will beat this elf's ass. Let him attack me.
I did the elven greeting and ask him what has happened.
So he
Dallin.
So he looks up and sees the other, the elf from his camp, and recognizes him. And then he looks over, and he obviously, his adrenaline's still in full gear. And then he just kind of looks like he's about to run. And so you can try and calm him down if you like.
Yeah, I'll try. I can watch this roll.
10 times a better talker than him.
Hey, that's pretty good.
What'd you got?
665.
665.
Oh, shit. Okay.
"That's a 17 base."
That's 17 base.
Okay.
What am I throwing?
It's just communication. If you have
17.
all right.
But
So that's damn good. So he kind of like catches his breath for a moment. He's like, "Are they hostile?" And looking at the others.
they're with me. They're my companions, traveling companions.
I better be more than your traveling companion after all these years.
Ping, 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 ping. Boop, boop, boop.
Now's not the time.
So,
I just want to correct your English.
yeah, he looks. He looks at you and he says, "Oh shit! Let me find my notes on that." So he says, "The men they finally took someone. They said that they've come some kind of sickness and they blame us. And she's the only one who knows how to prepare antidotes. They took her, and I don't know what they're going to do with her. If she's safe."
Okay.
Ask who is
Do you
her.
have anything of hers?
Can you tell me what kind of symptoms of like the disease? See if it's some kind of poison or anything.
We didn't see them. They just told us that they were sick, and they knew she was the only one who had skills like this.
Was she the first or the second?
The keeper
Every
or the
clan.
first.
Oh,
No, there's the keeper, first, second. There's only 3 mages to a clan.
They don't want
Oh,
any.
I
They
thought
only
there
want
was only 2.
They don't want a second.
she's not a mage.
Second brings too much attention to the Templars.
Hmm.
It's only first.
She's not a mage.
Now that you know, right?
She just knows how to mix plants together well.
Which direction?
Which direction? And what was her name?
But
Her
wait.
name is Lanowin.
How do you spell that?
Just LANAWYN. I don't know which way. That's what I was trying to find out. This Shemlin struck me.
You can't ask the dead.
Yes.
Do you have
Goblin.
anything of hers? Maybe I can help.
I want to ask him. I want to basically make an empathy roll with him.
Okay.
Of him
Yeah.
If he's lying, because like
Yeah, it's really weird that he was asking a dead corpse.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. So asking him that, fortunately, he's been calmed down a lot. He was about to just fucking take off because he didn't trust everybody except for the guy that's been gone.
Now on me.
But he produces a woven bracelet. It's broken.
Okay, I want to use my tracking skill.
Okay.
17.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
17. He is clearly having a mixture of like shock from the battle, as well as just genuine fear for this person's safety. That's what you.
Oh,
the person who's been taken.
Got a 13.
13. So you kind of notice that there are some trinkets that are missing, but they're very small. At least you're assuming that it was a pattern that continues, where it's broken off. But you kind of surmise that it would be very difficult to find those among the foliage in the
Bet that I won't.
in the wood area. So it would be very hard. It's possible, but it's very, very hard. You just have to luck into it.
So when I know this, I use the elven word for brother. Will you tell me who this woman is? Is she your daughter? Is she your love?
He just kind of, you would say, she is my love. At least that's what I had hoped.
I will do my very best to bring her to you.
He nods. I had heard once that they had a camp on a hilltop, but I don't know where.
And
There aren't many around here, but
I want to ask.
Would your keeper know more? I say I'm still keeping an eye out, but I finally walk forward.
it's kind of like alarmed by another voice, but he says she probably would, but they don't know that I'm looking for her.
All I can think of is when you go to the Dalish and then you have to go find the dude's wife who ended up being a werewolf.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude. I feel like you should go back.
I got a 22 for a tracking.
I want.
You got what?
22.
No.
Do I do anything? Do I find something?
Okay.
What?
Hold that. You'll hold it.
'Kay.
Because you're probably not going to find it in this area,
'Kay.
but you might find it later with that roll.
I would tell the man that you probably acted a little rationally, but not wrong for wanting to find your Vanon, which is heart and Dalish or Elvish. So what?
I'm gonna let you finish, but me and you, we need to have words after this.
So
Yeah, since you've gotten close, you would well, I mean, you all would recognize, since you've been around the Arl's keep and all that the coat of arms on this man that's been slain is the same as. So you would, obviously, it's the deserters.
It looks like we found our deserters.
We found a deserter. A dead deserter.
Okay. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. You did something a little bit rash, but not wrong. Clean up and return to your clan, and we'll figure this out. If anything were to happen, we can say that we killed a man, because we're sent here to help y'all, and we do not want y'all, and you do not wish harm upon yourselves for your actions you may have just taken.
I want to come with you.
But it's not for us to decide. That is for your keeper.
Exactly. Because I know you want to come help to find your Vanon, but what you just showed was irrational and hot-headed, and that can easily get you killed, us killed, or even worse, your whole clan killed.
Yeah, that's what I'm more worried about. The actions of one person
could literally put the
Because-
whole plan in jeopardy.
Over the course of the years, the stories that we tell, all it takes is one person to screw a good thing up.
His breathing is kind of slowed down by now as he's listening. He cleans his dagger in the grass and kind of wipes himself off some, and he stands up and he says, "Asking my keeper for permission, I wouldn't accept a no." And then he says, "I wish you the best of luck."
And then I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder that, well, we'll find her. You have my word.
Man, I haven't met her yet, so I guess I'll wait until I've actually met her. But I basically want to use my leadership to enforce her ruling on the matter. So I'll wait.
So are we going to the clan, or are we going to go find? Yeah, we're not going on a wild goose chase, right?
Yeah, we're going to the.
We're going to the clan. Okay.
Yeah. So we're basically following him back.
So yeah, he kind of gets an idea of what you guys are wanting to do, and the other elf is just kind of in shock because he's never seen this young man act like this before, and he kind of puts his arm around him, and he's just like trying to talk to him and calm him down and let him know everything's gonna be okay, and then they start heading off towards that direction. So you guys saddle back up and go off to the camp, and that's where we'll leave it tonight.
I was like, before we end up, Billy was like, I was like, bruh, he gonna get you all this whole clan killed. He gonna get all of these fucking killed. Like,
All it takes is one action. This is what happened with the Exalted March of the Dales. It was just one fuck up.
one person caused the death of an entire nation.
We lost our homeland the second time because of an elf. Just one person.
Can we keep this?